Hello, everyone. Whoever is watching right now, we gotta wait and see for everybody to come. You guys wanna try a social experiment? Hey, Davey. Hey, LS. Can you guys hear me right? This is a new mic, so I don't know. I hope you can hear me all right. You guys wanna try a social experiment? Nice. Hey, LS. Wanna try a social experiment? Sounds great. Okay, perfect. Theoretically, it should sound a little bit better than before, but who knows? You wanna try a social experiment? Okay. Like always, we gotta get them people. How are you guys doing today? It's in Amsterdam it's pretty cold, but if you're sitting in the sun, it's kind of nice. So. Where are you? I'm in Amsterdam, in front of a museum. In front of a museum here, yeah. You wanna try a social experiment? You wanna try a social experiment? Hello, Anon, Kathy. Let me look at the time. Okay, it's 3. I keep looking at the battery because there was an issue. I hope it's no longer an issue. Let me check. Oh, let's see. What's the experiment about? You'll see if people stop. I'm gonna have to fix the charging. There's a problem. The phone is not charging and I don't have a lot of battery. Okay, it's charging now. Can you guys confirm that you can hear me? Because sometimes it changes and it's not so much. You want to try a social experiment? Audio good. Perfect. Charging and good. You want to try a social experiment? Why not? He stopped to take a photo of me, but didn't stop to do the social experiment. Marcos, thank you so much for the donation, huh? It's early in the stream. Thank you so much, I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. You want to try a social experiment? Gotta wait on people. Battery's still good. You guys want to try a social experiment? I ask you some questions, get you to think. You guys want to try it? I'm holding a sign that says, I'm doing a social experiment. Come talk to me. There are some people who stopped, but now they left. It's always the beginning that's the hardest now. You guys want to try a social experiment?
Yes.
I ask you some questions, get you to think.
Okay.
Hey, are you okay being live on YouTube?
Yes.
What's your name?
Adam.
Adam, I'm Chip. Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Germany.
Germany, nice. How about you?
I'm Sophia.
Sylvia, nice to meet you. Also from Germany.
Sophia. Oh.
Sophia, sorry, Sophia,
Yes, I'm
yeah.
also from Germany.
Okay, nice. So I'm gonna turn this around and you tell me what you think, okay? It says animal abuse should be legal. Do you agree?
No.
No? Why not?
Well, I mean, I have a dog, and I wouldn't like it.
Not your dog, but other dogs,
Yeah,
would it
but
be
that
okay?
would be horrible.
So it wouldn't be okay to abuse other dogs. Can I ask why? What do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I also wouldn't abuse animals.
It's a decision on the roof.
I also have cats, so yeah. No.
So you wouldn't abuse cats?
No.
No. So cats and dogs are not abusable. How about other animals like cows, chickens, pigs?
Yeah, I also wouldn't abuse them.
You wouldn't abuse them, no.
Yeah.
Do you consume any animal products? I'm not trying to catch up with this one. But do you consume any animal
Yeah, I
products? Do you think there's abuse happening behind the animal products?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So would you acknowledge that then there's a contradiction there somewhere where you say I'm against animal abuse, but I pay for animals to be abused?
Yeah, yeah.
What would get you to stop abusing animals, to stop oppressing them, stop exploiting them?
I think I'd have to see how, for example, my burger is made for me to not eat it. You
I
know?
can show you. You want to see?
No, I'm good.
Because if you have to see it, it's pretty easy. I can describe it to you. Do you know anything
Yeah.
about the dairy industry, for example?
Um,
The industry that produces milk, cheese, all this stuff.
a little bit, I think.
Do you know anything about it?
Not much, I think. I mean, about how milk may be produced.
So why do you think cows produce milk? Why?
I don't know how to explain it in English from Germany. So
Yeah, it's okay. It's for their babies, right?
Yes.
They're mammals just like us. They produce. So what farmers do is they forcefully impregnate them. Somebody puts their hands in their anus, holds their cervix, and injectable semen. Yeah. Somebody else has to jerk off a bull to happen. It's pretty insane. Yeah. That's not what you were thinking at all, right? And after
No.
9 months, when the baby is born, what do you think happens to the babies?
I think they get trapped and they grow and then
the same thing happens to them.
yeah.
Yeah. So if they're first of all they get separated from their mothers because they would consume their milk otherwise, and we say that's our milk, that's not theirs.
Yeah.
Although their mothers didn't produce it for us, right? They produced it for their babies.
Yeah.
Then if they're male, they go to a slaughterhouse, and between the first day of life to 1 year, they don't. In the best cases, they live 1 year and then they go to a slaughterhouse. If they're female, yeah, same fate as their mothers. year-over-year forceful impregnation for 6 to 8 years. When the farmer can no longer impregnate them with ease, so then they go to a slaughterhouse, and they can live up to 25 years, so they don't live even half their life.
Oh.
Did you know anything about this before that?
I don't think so. No.
Not in this extension.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is standard practice. It happens on small farms, on large farms, on all of this. Is this something that you want to be part of?
I mean,
No.
we're trying. I don't know. We're trying to get our products locally. That's what we do.
But locally also, the same thing
Yeah.
happens locally, yeah? So,
I mean, we drink almond milk sometimes.
which is great, right? Sometimes it's
Yeah.
great, but like sometimes when we don't drink animal milk, when you buy an animal, when you buy, for example, a product that comes from dairy, like cheese,
Yeah.
this is what happens to an animal, you know, to the... And do you think there's a difference between cows and dogs or cats
No,
that
there's-
warrants this treatment?
Not really, actually. Yeah.
Not really. Do you guys want to... This is what turned me vegan, learning about this
Yes.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to be vegan? Do you see yourself as being vegan ever?
I mean,
Yeah, I could imagine, but I don't know if I could do it in this exact moment. But like over time, I would start.
probably. Yeah.
Maybe in Germany, I will go back and buy maybe more vegetarian products.
Can you describe in your own words what you think a vegan is?
Vegan is maybe a person who is not eating anything from any animals.
That's a good description.
Yeah.
I would say it's not a diet, right? So
Yeah,
being a
no,
vegan, it
no.
means we just oppose kind of what I described to you. It
Yeah.
means we oppose the exploitation of innocent animals because we can survive and thrive without
Yes.
anything that we take from them. So in that sense, that's what veganism is, right? So maybe halfway you're already aligned. Like
Yeah.
morally, it seems like you oppose it. You say it's wrong what we do to them. It's just about aligning your actions
Yes.
with your morals, right?
Yeah.
So what is holding you back from doing that? I'm sorry for pressing you, but like I'm speaking on their behalf, and you know, if you were in their shoes, I would be pressing other people to not do this to you. So, yeah. Do you acknowledge that you have some responsibility in the matter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have some responsibility. You understand it's horrible. Do you understand the urgency?
Yes.
Because like,
Pretty much, yeah.
yeah, because every time now, if you go on now and you buy an animal product, you will put an animal through these practices, huh? Just like your dog, just like your
Yes.
cats.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that your dogs or your cats have personalities? They have
Yeah.
they want to do what they want to do, right?
Yeah.
These animals are the same, huh?
Well, we're gonna work on that.
Can I give you some flyers that will help you out? Actually, they're in German, so that's perfect for you.
Oh, great.
Yeah. I would say don't sleep on it because, you know, how many more animals do you want to be exploited
Yes.
for you? 0? What's the number that you want more animals to be exploited for you?
Zero.
0, yeah. So the only way to do that is to go vegan. I know it can seem like to some people being vegan sounds like extreme or something, but would you say it's more extreme to exploit animals to do what I just described to you, or to be vegan yourself? You have all the resources there that you need.
Thank you very much.
Don't sleep on it. If
Okay.
you were in their shoes, you wouldn't want to sleep on it. You would do it yourself. Are you guys tourists in Amsterdam?
Yes.
I recommend the vegan restaurants there anyway better. They're not tourist traps. You get better food,
Yeah.
and it's
Try it
delicious.
tonight.
Nice, nice. Try a vegan
Alright.
food and think about it. Don't sleep on it, okay?
Sure,
And
thank
read the
you.
pamphlet.
Okay.
Okay, I
bye.
appreciate you. Have a good one. Wow, somebody donated $50. Oh my God. What time did you start? Is it cool? I see you're wearing a long sleeve shirt. It's actually. Thank you so much for the donation. It's actually pretty hot right now in the sun. I think I'm gonna burn a little bit, but it's okay. It's okay. You weren't very talkative. Sometimes people aren't very talkative, and I don't wanna, I don't wanna backfire or something. They kind of got the message. I gave them flyers. With some people, that's all you can do. That's the reality. So, thank you so much for the donation. Who made this donation? Sam Smith. Sam Smith, you always donate. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I just started. Like moments ago, I started. I don't know. 12 minutes ago, yeah. 12, 13 minutes ago, something like that. Let's see if we get more people. But I see vegan postmortem is here. Hey, vegan postmortem. If you're there. By the way, the sun is coming right from that direction, so I can't see a lot of the stuff that's happening on the screen. So if I don't see what you're writing, that is because of that. It's also because I have the sunglasses on to protect me a little bit from the sun and to try not, yeah, you know, not burn my vision. Keep an eye on the battery. All is good. Want to try a social experiment?
No, thank you very much.
That's okay. You guys want to try a social experiment?
Okay. So
You want to try it? Love
Yeah.
it. What's your name?
Well, my name's Penelope, and I have an angry husband. So make
You
it
have an
fast.
angry husband. Okay. Where are you from?
United States,
United States. Love it. Where from? The States?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Okay. How do you feel? What do you feel about oppression?
About depression,
Oppression.
oppression, not good.
Do you think that the powerful should have the right to oppress the powerless,
No, of course not.
even if they get benefit from it?
Who
The powerful.
No,
Even if the powerless don't realize that they're oppressed?
no.
Okay. And even if the powerful have been doing it for so long that it's difficult for them to stop, or they have.
No, of course, we already know it's difficult for them to stop.
I appreciate that. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the animals that we force into slaughterhouses for us?
No, bad thing. Bad.
Do you think we're oppressing them?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Are you consuming any animal products? I'm not judging, by the way. I used to do it too.
No, I have leather shoes and a leather bag, and I eat meat occasionally.
Yeah. So,
So-
do you see a contradiction there? Where
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there? So what is stopping you from never oppressing an animal again then?
Multiple things. I think partly I have a intestinal tract that needs meat every once in a while, or I have diarrhea constantly, and partly custom and tradition, and partly laziness.
Do you think any of that justifies what the treatment that animals go through?
Of course not.
No. Yeah. So it seems to me like you could find alternatives and ways around it without oppressing animals.
Well, and we are finding them. Listen, I grew up a vegetarian off and on, and people didn't even know what a vegetarian was
Yeah.
when I was growing up. And the only people who drank soy milk were crazy people
Yeah.
at church camp meetings. And now you can get soy milk, almond milk, oat milk, and God only
Exactly.
knows what else in the grocery store. So this is something that's going to take a while to change. You can go online and see Nicole Kidman eat insects online.
That's awful.
Okay.
Insects also want to live, you know.
No, but yeah, it's a good source of protein, and they
But
have.
you can get protein from plants. You don't need to do this to any sentient individual.
It's harder, and I would argue that insects are such a lower form of sentience. Look, plants talk to each other too, and you carry this to the logical extreme.
But
and
plants are intelligent, but they're not sentient. They don't have emotions. They don't have a subjective
we
experience.
don't know that yet.
No, but we know that sentience is an emerging property of brains or central nervous systems, none of which plants have.
Yeah, we don't know as defined by us now.
As far as we know, right?
Listen,
But-
Descartes vivisected his wife's dog because he believed that the dog didn't have
Is that bad?
a soul or felt pain, despite what the animal was doing.
But
So,
is that bad?
of course it's bad. But what I'm saying is,
What's the difference between doing that to a dog or a cow?
no, you're not following me. I'm
Yeah.
saying we only know what we know, and we may find out eventually that plants are also feeling
But
pain.
even in that case, it would make sense to lower the amounts of plants we eat. Because if we eat animals, animals are fed more plants. So even in
Yes.
that sense, it makes more sense.
Yes,
to
an
not-
acre of soybeans will feed a family for a year, and a cow for a month.
Yeah.
I mean, a cow will feed a family for a month, and maintains a cow for I don't know how long.
Yeah.
No, I know all this stuff. So what is
So
your point? Are you
I'm-
trying to convert people?
Yeah,
You just
I'm trying to raise awareness about what animals go through and try to get people to not oppress animals anymore because they don't have a voice.
Well, this is
I'm
a
trying to
very
speak up on their,
slow way
yeah.
of doing it.
It is because they're
Come up with a
unfortunately.
better product for people to eat that's tasty and sits well with them and doesn't have a lot of chemicals in it. I
Yeah,
was
but
excited
regardless of
about
the
Impossible Burger, but it has so many chemicals, I can't eat it. So,
But you can find products, right? It's not like nowadays you have Google, you have ChatGPT, you have so many readily available options. It's not up to
Chat GPT.
Yeah, ChatGPT can help you with any recipe that you want. You can make it vegan, and no animals can be exploited.
Yes,
right?
I can do all of
Yeah,
that.
and I can
yes.
give you resources if you want. I have like
No,
I have a thing
no.
called Challenge 22. They hook
No.
you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes. It seems like exactly what you want.
I have plenty of vegetarian cookbooks. I know everything
But vegetarians still exploit animals, huh? I'm still talking here about not exploiting animals.
about being vegan.
Yeah, well, veganism means we don't exploit animals for not just food, also clothing and any other form, right? It's because all animals deserve to live just as
So
much
again,
as we
you're
do.
against silk.
I'm against anything that exploits animals.
Okay. Well, listen, live your life. Good for you.
But you said you are also against exploitation or
I
oppression.
am. Yeah, but
Can you, be
know
against
what?
it while simultaneously supporting it?
Okay. You have to live in the world with your feet on the ground.
Not by exploiting others, huh?
Yeah, but you know what? There's the good and the perfect, and we all want to strive for the
The
perfect.
perfect isn't not exploiting. The
You
perfect
have
would
to
be
live
speaking up
in
on their
the
behalf,
good.
maybe.
You have to. No. You have to live in the good.
The bare minimum we can do is stop exploiting
Don't
them.
let the perfect.
That's the bare minimum we can do. That's the bare minimum. There you have it. I don't think you saw any of that, but I guess you kind of heard it. Louis says she was nasty. She was getting triggered because I was interrupting her, but she kept wanting to leave. So I didn't want to interrupt her, but I wanted to make the point before she left because she kept bringing up all this stuff. Oh, it's about being perfect. It's not. It's the bare minimum. Want to try a social experiment? She knew more than anyone I knew about everything. I didn't know about the car dissecting a dog, and I don't see what the point of it is. Oh, I see. Her point was we don't know, so in that sense, maybe we know. You guys want to try it? I just ask you some questions. Get you to think a little bit. Where are you guys from?
All over.
All over the place. Love it.
Taiwan, Germany, Netherlands, South Africa.
Perfect. I'm from Romania, so there you go. It's a
nice.
bunch of international people meeting and discussing topics. Okay, so I'll just ask you this. How important do you think, like, are you guys against oppression?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oppression.
Oppression. What's the word?
Oppression means like cruel or unjust treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so would you say it's important that we don't oppress people, even if we have power over them?
Yes.
How about animals?
That's the point where some people turn vegan or vegetarian.
Yeah, I'm an animal rights activist myself, so that's why I sit here. I sit here and try to talk to people and show them this other side where, because a lot of the times we think that animals are there for us, but they're just there, just like we are here, right? We're all on the same planet. They're not. Nobody's here for anybody else. So,
Would you say it's the same for turning vegan or just vegetarian?
so vegetarians, like veganism is not a diet, but I appreciate the question. So, veganism is a moral stance where we oppose the commodification of animals. It means we don't want animals to be treated like objects. It means we don't want them to be exploited, slaughtered, or any of it, because we don't need to do any of this to them. So, in that sense, do you know anything about the dairy industry, for example, just to put things in perspective? Do you know anything about the dairy industry? About the industry that produces milk?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why do cows produce milk? Why do cows produce
To
milk?
feed their, I don't know the word for it. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, the babies. Yeah,
the babies,
the
yeah,
babies,
the little cows.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. So farmers, they forcefully impregnate them. They don't wait for them to decide when they want to get pregnant, like we would say in a normal person's case. But they forcefully impregnate them. Somebody puts their hands in their anus, holds their cervix, and injects semen. Somebody else jerks off a bull for that, like they insert a giant dildo in their ass and then for them to ejaculate. Yeah, it's insane. This is sexual exploitation one-on-one. And when the babies are born, what do you think happens to the babies?
They get like they turn away from the mother.
Yeah, the first thing is they get separated because they would drink their mother's milk, and we say it's our milk, it's not theirs, which is obviously their mothers made the milk for them. And then after if the babies are male, they go to a slaughterhouse because they don't produce milk. If the baby is a female, same fate as their mother, year over year forceful impregnation for 6 to 8 years when the farmers can no longer impregnate them with ease, and then they all go to a slaughterhouse. And they can live 25 years, so not even half their life and the miserable life where they get exploited. Is that something that you want to be part of?
That's the point.
Yeah. This is what turned me vegan, by the way, right? This is we're hearing about this. I realized there's absolutely no way to justify it. So I ask people on the street because a lot of people don't know about this. A lot of people think it's innocent that we just gather the milk from the cows. It's all good, but the reality is far from the truth. Huh?
I mean, you get explained like this, like like cows produce milk, and that's like a normal thing, so you can drink it. So like that's how you explain it for us. Like in Germany, you get explained it like this in school.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's the
this
same in
procedure is
Netherlands.
standard across
Yeah,
across
I
the
know.
board. Small
Do you
farms,
think
large
it's
farms.
possible to change such a system that is so big?
I think it's possible if consumers start making other choices that these systems will have to change, right? So if we stop seeing animals as resources, as something that we can take and see them as what they are, individuals who just want to live their life, then I suppose at some point we will change this, yes.
I mean, it is changing, isn't it?
It is
It's
changing also.
changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the differences you have if you want, for example, milk, you can just like soy milk and all the other stuff. Like Alpro, they have not milk. It's like something that just was developed in
Yeah.
the last 5 years or 10 years. Probably.
Yeah, there you go. So you see the change happening. The question is, do you want to be part of the change? And by part of the change, I don't mean you being here speaking to other people, which would be great, by the way. But I mean like you at least doing the bare minimum of not participating in it, at least not putting animals into slaughterhouses, not forcing them to be forcefully impregnated, all of this.
Probably starts with being more conscious about what you're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Knowing at least what you're eating.
Yeah, that's the first part, right?
Yeah.
And but then you have to also act, because knowing what you're eating, knowing that you're doing something horrible, is only half the battle if you're still doing the
Yeah.
horrible thing, right?
But I feel like it's also a little bit unfair to put all the I don't know the stuff with the consumer. I think there's also like political aspects involved. You
I agree, but like
not everybody is able to just switch to everything vegan. That's economically not in the plan for everybody.
But would
I
you, let
think.
me ask you this, would you rather be forced to be vegan, or would you rather choose yourself to be vegan?
I think a lot more people would turn vegan if it would be cheaper. I know that
Yeah.
being vegan is kind of expensive if you just want to live your normal life, because some products like soy milk is expensive, even though it's just literally soy and you put water in it. It's not something very.
I used to think the same. I used to think the same, by the way. But then I actually quit my job at the same time that I went vegan, and then I started doing activism. And I can tell you that it is cheaper, and it's also that now inflation is on the rise, and I still spend less money per month nowadays than I used to. So you think it's cheaper, but the reality is it's more expensive. And also, a lot of these animal products are subsidized by governments to be the reason why they're so cheap is because they're subsidized. But let's say even if it's 20% cheaper, do you think that justifies what we do to them?
No, it doesn't. It's just like some people don't have the opportunity because it's like some friends of mine are vegan, and I cook vegan when I invite them, of course. And those ones are always more expensive than cooking for people like only vegetarian. I don't buy meat because
then
it's expensive, but
Are you thinking about like plant-based meats or like replacements of
no,
animal
not,
products
not
in
even
plant-based
replacing meat, just replacing all the other stuff. Like we don't need meat in the meal. We can just eat without. It's fine.
Yeah. But like
the
pasta, rice, beans, lentils, these are the cheapest things in the supermarket, right?
That's true.
Right.
But if you want to do like some of the sauces, if you want to put something on it, I feel like it's a bit more expensive. Of course, doesn't justify anything. It's just like I think some people don't have the money to just change it. But yeah, of course, it doesn't justify anything.
Yeah.
That's true.
Is that the situation that you are in, that you can't you can't afford to, I don't know, maybe pay a little bit extra if that's the case? I would say there's always a cost, right? Like there's commodity versus um, price, right? If you want to be more comfortable, you're obviously going to pay a little bit more for some products. If not, it's you can get it cheap also. So it depends a lot on you. But I mean, there's also been a study of Western Europe being like 20% cheaper. There's 3 studies actually showing that it's like 20% cheaper to be plant-based. My parents actually lost their companies and they lost their house and they're bankrupt and they don't have a lot of money. And ever since that happened, they eat like 90% plant-based. They're still not vegans, but I'm just saying like the cheapest versions of foods are actually plant-based
Yeah,
now.
of course.
Yeah.
This stuff as well, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not just about food, it's also about leather,
Yeah.
everything, right? Because we oppress animals in all ways. So, do you guys want to be part of this or not? Part of the, and by this I mean and part of this oppression. And I understand that it can seem difficult, but sometimes the right thing to do is difficult, but it's better. Huh? I would say it's not difficult, but if it seems, I can understand why it seems that way.
I think, I don't know if it's not difficult. Some things are just habits.
It's
And
just a change.
Some things are difficult.
Some things are also just cultural, and it's hard to change cultural standards.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's more about the change. It's not
Yeah.
this specific change that's difficult. It's the idea of change that it's more difficult to us.
Yeah.
We strive. We as people usually don't like change, right? So that's
Yeah.
we try not to do it. So
I personally don't believe I can really make a change as an individual. So yes, I would be all for change, but I don't think it's realistic to actually get that change to happen if it's not like a big system change.
well, why does it matter if everybody around you does it or not?
I
It's
mean,
about
are we
it's about your
only
choice,
talking
right?
about Europe, because there's so many other countries that are not even involved in like these kind of things.
Yeah, but like
they don't really care about. Yeah, I know the Dutch words, but the English words are kind of, yeah.
Like in South Africa, it's such a meat-eating culture there. It's like it's in having a barbecue. It's like it's in the culture. So
But I come from Romania, so I understand this. I understand all this. I understand the idea of culture. But like, there's places in this world where they do female genital mutilation, you know, and it's cultural to do so. We would argue that culture does not dictate morality. It doesn't mean that it's right to do that.
Yeah.
Just because we have accepted that we do this to animals because maybe at some point we needed to in our history, it doesn't necessarily mean that nowadays we still do or still should participate in it, right? Traditions or cultures, we should challenge them and change them if needed, especially when there's victims involved.
Yeah. I just don't think that we are actively part of the oppression that you're calling it.
If you go to a supermarket and you buy an animal product, or if you go to a restaurant and buy an animal product, you're basically paying a farmer to do what I described to you with the dairy industry. You're basically paying them, do more of this so that I can get my product, right? You're supporting that industry. So it doesn't matter if you don't think that you are or not part of it, you are actively supporting it. So you are part of it. And you can choose otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair stance.
Right? So have I convinced you with anything? Do you feel like you want to continue participating in this, or do you think like you want to change?
I think it's something you need to think about.
Yeah, it's not something that I'm going to decide here on the spot, to be honest. But it's like stuff to think about.
I agree, but then me bringing it up to your attention, like obviously I'm a stranger to you. You got to make your
Yeah.
decisions. You got to make your own research. I understand that. But do you see that when a stranger brings up something like this to you, do you see it as an obligation to stop oppressing animals right now until you do your documentation, until you do all your research, and then decide whether you want to be vegan or not?
Wait, what is your question?
Do you feel
Sorry.
like going forward from this moment on,
Yeah.
you have an obligation to stop buying animal products because behind them there might be oppression that you may not agree with. There might be things that you may not agree with. And until you do your research to see whether you agree with it or not, do you think you have an obligation to stop just because it's been brought to your attention that's something that you might vehemently disagree with?
I would first do my own
yeah, I
research.
think it's the opposite. I'd do my
Yeah.
research first and then I'd make that decision.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
so
would be
meanwhile
like
you
a
think
point
you...
for me to be like, okay, maybe it's something that I need to look into.
I understand that,
Then
but like,
I'll-
meanwhile you will still be oppressing innocent individuals. And if you're in their shoes, would you want somebody to say, I'll do my research, I'll see, or do you want somebody to say, I'll stop and
But
do
aren't
research.
you also kind of oppressing us by saying, hey, you should stop doing this?
Is it cruel or unjust for me to bring up to your attention
No,
that something that
definitely
you're
not.
doing?
But the definition of yeah, yeah,
I strive for a fair, for a life justice. I want justice towards me, and I
Yeah.
want to do justice towards everybody. Do you think we're doing justice towards animals by forcing them into slaughterhouses?
something to think about.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
Can I give you a card to look into it?
No thanks.
No thanks.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. So you're just gonna keep oppressing animals.
I'm gonna leave.
How do you feel about it?
I think we're just so go. Thank you.
I think I explained it so well this time. I actually really liked how I explained it. Yeah. Imagine that, huh? You say it's bad, you understand it. You say, I have to do my research. I tell you, okay, well, I'll give you a card to do research. It's basically lying, flat out. They got upset when I said you want to keep oppressing animals. Insane, huh? By the way, if you're new here, welcome. Like this stream, subscribe if you're not subscribed, please. We do this every week and more. You want to try a social experiment? Okay. You guys want to try a social experiment? Oh. Wally, Inspector Chip is on the case. So you hear the thank you, Wally. You hear the music, I guess, in the background. There's always like a busker here that does the Inspector Gadget thing, and he sits on his head and he spins around and stuff. It's always a thing. They did not understand it. Culture and tradition cannot be undone in 10 minutes. Yeah, it cannot, but the fact that they didn't want to take a card was like, no. It's like, I want to continue doing this. I feel like I want people like that to tell them something where they sit on it, where they feel bad about their choices, so that they actually want to look into it more, but I don't know what to say. Jesus Christ, the sun is so strong. Next time, don't ask, just hand the card. Maybe that's a better choice, yeah. Let me put the cards in.
但是刚才应该都看了吧？对呀。
Sun is crazy. Ah, the battery is a problem again. Give me a second. Okay. All good. Have the cards on me. They're going home to their pet dogs. Yeah. That would be a good one, huh? To appeal a bit to their emotions towards their pets. Selfish people, so sick of cruelty. They really thought they are the victims. Yeah, it's ridiculous, huh? Want to try a social experiment? Should try slavery instead of oppression. Okay, I'll try slavery. Good one. Next time. guys want to try a social experiment? Want to try a social experiment? I'm gonna sit with my back to the camera because I want the sun to go on my back more than my face. You want to try a social experiment? You speak English?
No.
Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry. She replied in another language. She said Farsi, so. You want to try? Want to try a social experiment? Okay. I should also bring out the folder. Okay. Folder is there, cards are there. Just gotta get some people. Battery's doing fine. Okay. Chip, are you anti-natalist? No, I don't agree with the anti-natalist position, but I'm what plant-based is to veganism, I'm that to anti-natalism. You guys want to try it? So that means want to try a social experiment? So that means I agree that we should first take care of the people who are on this planet. But there's certain things I don't agree with from anti-natalism point of view. You want to try? What does Chip mean? Chip is my name. You guys want to try a social experiment? I went to a housewarming party yesterday of a friend who's not vegan. Oh, it was not easy, but I actually had some conversations with some strangers there about veganism, and at least I informed some people. I got them to see what veganism is about and got them to understand some perspectives, and a lot of the people agreed to it, but then they're like, I don't know. No, it's like planting seeds, I guess, because I couldn't be too strict at the party, so I couldn't do too much. But at least I had some conversations there. It was pretty nice with that, although I am very tired today. Want to try a social experiment? Okay. You too. Want to try a social experiment? Are we deleting the animal abusers? No, I thought Chip wanted to outreach them. Yeah, don't just kick them out. Let them have some conversations with them, please. Don't just kick them out or like. I know that you might not like what they have to say, but this is the point of this, so that we also talk to more people, huh? So that they understand. Maybe they listen more to the vegan position, you know. Want to try a social experiment? Man, people are stopping way less these days. You want to try a social experiment? It's funny because when I'm talking to somebody, everybody stops to look. But the minute I'm not talking to anybody, everybody just ignores me. It's so weird, huh? People just like this herd behavior is very prevalent in people, and yet we say, well, we're so much superior to animals. How? We behave exactly like other animals. It's mostly just instinct to us. Yeah, we think sometimes, but so do animals. So it's insane, you know? And it's also so funny to hear that some people say that, well, you vegans get up your high horse, but we actually think that we're the same as everybody. You want to try a social experiment? We all deserve equal rights. We all deserve to live and be free, just like animals do. So, yeah. Want to try a social experiment? Want to try a social experiment? I just ask you some questions, that's it. What's your name?
My name's Anusha.
Where are you from?
From Germany right now.
Love it. What do you think about slavery?
Well, it's not good.
It's not good.
moral.
No. Would you support slavery?
I would not intentionally support slavery, but I do know that it's underlined, and everything I buy will somehow support slavery.
I mean, to some extent, right?
To some extent.
Yeah. There's a. Do you think that if you had the option to choose between a product that supports slavery and a product that doesn't support slavery, which one would you choose?
Well, as a student right now who's not making a lot, I know that probably the big chain stores will probably support slavery, but financially, I don't think I could completely avoid it.
So, but like again, like if you had the same options, price-wise, it would work for you. Would you choose a product that exploits or enslaves, or one that doesn't?
That doesn't.
One that doesn't. Okay. So you would argue that enslaving people is bad, right? You would say it's bad, right? Is there any reason why, when you think that slavery is justified?
Any reason why I think it's justified? Other than money, no.
No. Okay. And do you think enslaving animals is bad?
Um, yes, to a certain extent, yes.
To a certain extent. Is it the same extent that it is to humans, or is it different?
Um, yes, I guess. uh,
I know. I'm trying to make you think. That's
Okay.
the whole thing. It's fine. It's fine. You're doing great. You're doing great. Don't worry. So, would you say like, do you consume any animal products?
yes.
Do you think there's animal slavery behind it, behind them?
Yes.
Do you understand that you might have different options?
Yes.
Okay. So, do you see the reason why I asked you these questions? Is there anything holding you back from not supporting the system of slavery towards animals?
Again, financially, yes, and also culturally. So a lot of times, meat is a really big thing within culture and traditions.
But you live in Germany, right? Because like financially, I know that Germany it can be like if you think about all the foods that are in supermarkets, like dairy. Sorry, dairy, not dairy, because dairy still exploits animals. But like pasta, beans, rice, all of these are vegan. They plant-based. They don't exploit any animals.
Yes, but they are sometimes significantly more expensive.
Pasta, beans, or rice? No, they're
Pasta,
not.
beans, rice, and no, but protein options.
Like tofu, tempeh.
Tofu, tempeh.
It's actually cheaper than meat
Sometimes.
per protein. It's cheaper.
Protein is cheaper.
Yeah.
I love tofu, I love tempeh, I love non,
Yeah.
and it's a big thing. Like, originally I come from India, so it's a big thing there. We
Yeah.
eat a lot of lentils and beans, so yeah, but also I know that chicken is a big thing there as well, so.
Yeah, but like chickens are individuals are sentient and they want to live. So it would be wrong to do this to them because they are sentient individuals, right? Like it would be wrong to exploit them or take their life for something as trivial as a meal. And I don't mean like necessarily the idea that food is trivial. I personally am a foodie. I love food, but the idea that to us we can choose otherwise. We can still have massive enjoyment of food. We can still love and we can still maintain our cultures. Our culture doesn't have to dictate meat, right? It can just say a certain dish, but you make it plant-based. So in this way, we don't exploit animals.
Yeah? In
Right.
certain dishes it works, yeah.
Yeah. So is there anything holding you back from doing this, for yourself, so from not participating in the biggest slavery and exploitment that we do to animals?
Not completely, but to make a big lifestyle change so quickly, probably not, but reducing slowly over time, yeah.
Reducing slowly over time. Can I ask why is it that you think reducing slowly over time is acceptable rather than stopping immediately? Well, obviously that's better. I'm just asking, like, what are you thinking there?
Because I think lifestyle and like any habit, no matter like going to the gym or any sort of thing, takes time, and it's a sort of habit that you have to kind of follow, and you mess up, and it takes time, and it's not everyone's first choice because obviously there's not always, I like as much as it is, I guess here in the Netherlands, it's not always an option to have plant-based everything.
Oh, it is. I live here. It's an option everywhere.
Like here, that's what I'm saying. Like here, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
but I know that in a lot of like places, like like either you have a meal with your friends where you're going maybe to a burger place, and not always will you have a vegetarian option.
Yeah, but like, do you think that justifies the treatment that we do to them? Like the fact that because you
No, but
you
I'm
could
saying,
choose with
that's
your
what
friends
I'm saying over
otherwise.
time.
Yeah.
I'm saying over time, like those like little lifestyle changes takes time.
Yeah, but like if I give you resources to help you with curb this habit, because I understand it's a habit, would you want to try? Because it's where there's a will, there's a way, right? It's not like
Yes, well, right now because of religion, I have to eat completely vegetarian for days. So I'm
vegetarian.
dealing with that right now.
But do you know anything about the dairy industry, for example?
Yes, I wouldn't say I'm fully educated on it, no, but
Do you eat any dairy products or something like that?
yes,
Do you know why cows produce milk?
because of first of all the female and as a mammal, like
Yeah.
yeah, you would like it.
Yeah. Do you think they get pregnant whenever they want to, or do you think the
No,
farmers?
they're purposely impregnated so they can produce milk.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think happens to the babies when they're born?
I'm assuming they don't receive enough milk.
Yeah. They get separated
Because,
from their mothers.
so
Yeah.
the milk can be useful.
Yeah, and if they're male, what do you think happens to them? They don't produce milk.
Well, they get killed
Yeah.
for meat.
Yeah, and females, same fate as their mother, year-over-year forceful impregnation for like 6 to 8 years. When the farmers can no longer forcefully impregnate them with ease, so then they all go to a slaughterhouse, and they can live up to 25 years,
Yeah,
so they don't live even half their life.
I don't know. I don't eat beef.
No, but this is all for
or
the dairy
also
industry.
dairy products,
Yeah.
yes. But then there are also
Would you say this is
There's-
awful to do this to animals for something that we can survive and thrive without?
yes, but I also think there are better ways of getting dairy, like also naturally.
Yeah, but like you're not supporting that, right? When you're buying dairy products nowadays, this is standard practice across the board. Small farms, large farms.
No.
There's no farm that doesn't do this, basically. Maybe there could be a farm that you would say that does it ethically, but even in that case, we still see animals as resources when in fact they're individuals with their own will and desire. Huh?
Yes. Okay, I think I have to go, but
Can I
thank
give
you
you a
so
card
much.
to look more into it?
Yes, please.
Okay. Do you speak German?
Kind of.
Kind of. Can I give you the German flyer? So actually, this is enough. So you have Challenge 22 here. They hook you up
Okay.
with a nutritionist, send you recipes every day for free, everything.
Okay,
You
and
just gotta
they're
want it.
vegan recipes?
Yeah, vegan recipes, everything. It's plant-based. We all want to. Being vegan is not about a diet. It's about not oppressing animals. It's about not forcing them into a system of slavery. It's saying if you oppose it, it means not participating in it. So
Okay.
aligning your actions with your morals.
Okay, thank
Okay?
you.
Thank you. Have a good one. I don't know. I didn't think that was so good. Got lost a little bit there. But yeah, let's see. I'll turn around. I got lost a little bit at the beginning with the slavery. I didn't know how to proceed, like how to ask, and I think I got it to some extent. You want to try a social experiment? You want to try a social experiment?
Which is?
I ask you some questions.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Hey, what's your name? Hey,
Omar.
Omar. Oh, name was Omar.
I'm curious. I like these things.
Okay. What do you think about this?
Animal abuse should be legal. Change my mind. What?
Do you agree?
Legal.
Yeah.
Why?
Should we abuse animals?
No, man.
Let's go through it. Yeah, let's say why not?
Yeah. Because they're a form of life and they need to be respected as we respect each other. And so I do. And I have animals, so I really know. Actually, yesterday, look at that. A dog bite me.
Yeah.
And I didn't want police or something because they say that if I go, they're gonna take a bad action on this. I really think animals are better than people. So
Oh, you're compassionate towards animals. You care about animals, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, would you agree they have personalities?
of course.
Yeah. So it would be better to do this to cats or dogs, right?
To cats and also dogs.
Yeah. Well, what about
Not
pig-
even cats, because also cat, also mosquitoes have a personality.
Yeah. What about chickens, pigs, cows?
I eat meat.
Yeah.
So, but still, I think they have personality.
But do you
and-
think there's some abuse happening behind?
Of course, man.
Yeah.
Like,
And do you think you can be against it while simultaneously paying for it?
sorry.
Do you think you can be against abuse of animals while simultaneously paying for the abuse of animals?
If I can be against of abuse of the animal,
Yeah.
I am against the abuse.
But
of
can you, while you pay for animals to be abused for you? Because for meat or dairy products, you see what I mean?
the food I'm eating.
Yeah. Food,
skip-
clothing also, right? Like anything else. Because if you wear leather or stuff like that, I don't know if you wear leather or stuff like that, but yeah.
No.
No.
I know what you mean. Like, and I do eat less meat than I was doing before.
Yeah.
And I was, because my girl also is vegetarian, so I'm also trying to work with that. And so I also think that if I eat meat, it's abuse because the way they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you,
America.
do you know anything about the dairy industry? Because you said vegetarian, so I'm assuming you think milk, cheese, or stuff like that is okay to consume, right?
Milk cheese. Still, I think it's form of it can be a form of abuse because like
Yeah.
those cows that are close there, and you just squeeze them for milk or is it?
It's not just
you
that.
know what is?
Mm.
We are so many people, so now the animal is not seen anymore like a form of life or that could have been.
Yeah, we see them as
considered-
objects.
Yeah, because we are so many. I think that we as a human we can be a kind of virus
Yeah.
because we are never ending. We are always every day being more and more.
Yeah.
So the food is not anymore that like in past, but I'm talking about long time ago that you just catch animals. So you have the wild animals sometimes like this, this is like an industry because we have to just
For
imagine.
money.
Yeah, it's for money. And then I imagine like all Burger King, McDonald's, all of them, how many meat they use. Then all like sometimes I do see this place like meat
Yeah.
place, like only steak place or all those franchising. And you are there and you just see them like with those all meat hanging there, and it's just a money and industry, you know. And
Money
we are
industry.
so many.
But you
that-
don't have to be part of it, right? Like you can choose to not support these industries to what they do
Yes.
to animals.
Yes.
Especially if you oppose it, it seems to me like you say, if I oppose something, I wouldn't want to participate in it, especially given the option. If you live here, I assume because you have a dog, I assume you live here in
Yes.
the Netherlands. You have so many readily available options nowadays in supermarkets and restaurants everywhere, where you don't have to oppress or abuse any animal, right? And behind dairy industry, just to put things into perspective, cows get forcefully impregnated. They don't decide when they want to get pregnant because they only produce milk when they're pregnant, when they had a baby. What do you think happens to the babies after they're born?
The same of that's happening. Like, what do you mean? Cow are getting?
They get forcefully impregnated. Somebody puts their hands in their anus, holds their cervix, and injects bull semen. Somebody else jerks off a bull. So it's this is standard practice. It's insane, including in the Netherlands. So what do you think happens when the baby is born?
In which way?
Like the baby of the cow when they're born, because
Yeah.
right they get forcefully impregnated, and when they're born, what do you think happens to them?
Probably going to the same life of the parents did.
Yeah, so first thing is they get separated from their parents
Yes.
because they would drink the mother's milk. And they say, no, that's our milk, that's not yours, which is kind of insane in the first place if you think about it. And second,
Do
yeah,
you think that the milk of the cow is for humans?
no, it's not, of course, it's for
Me-
them. It's them,
me
it's
too.
theirs, right?
You can give also stupid reverse question. Do you think that a cow could drink the milk of a woman pregnant, like they have a baby?
Exactly,
It's the
yeah.
same. But the people
Yeah.
sometimes they I don't drink milk for the like. Oh man, hey, I wanna go to my girl. It's yeah. But now I think it's the we are getting more sensitive on that. Like not like in the past that people. Now I think this subject, it's more in the
Yeah, it's talked more and
Yes.
more. But you seem like a compassionate and fair person. Do you think it's in any way or form compassionate or fair to do this to these animals, to pay for somebody to force cows to take their babies away, to kill them or stuff
No.
like that? No. So then, wouldn't you see yourself as it's important for you to stop supporting
Yes.
this?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what veganism is?
What?
What a vegan is?
A vegan person.
Yeah.
A person that doesn't eat meat and respect that and not products coming from
Yeah,
animal.
yeah, it's exactly what you say. It's a moral principle where we say we don't want animals to be abused, to be exploited for us, and then we just live up to it. That's all it is. And it sounds to me like you're halfway there. You already agree with the morality of it.
You know what does change? You know the reason why I am is for him.
With the dogs, there actually are like 3 studies. It's on my phone. I can't show you right now, but there are 3 studies that show that plant-based dogs actually outlive dogs fed on a normal diet.
Do you know that since I got him, now he's 8 years.
Yeah.
I changed perspective. I always loved animals. Like I pet every dog. I go.
Yeah.
I snorkel. I love animals in all the forms, but especially dog. And since I have him, because I adopted him, he was in Italy. And then
Yeah.
I brought him here. He teach me what animal means.
They're just like us.
Better.
They're better.
Better. I can cry
Because
now
they
if I
show
think-
their they
Yes,
show their love.
yes,
They show their love
yes,
on the outside. They show
yes.
all
in a
of these.
simple way, you know.
But cows, chickens, they're exactly the
I know.
same. It's
I know.
insane.
I know.
Yeah.
I know that.
Would you pay for would you
No,
go to
don't
supermarket
ask
and
me.
pay for no?
Don't ask
Okay.
me, no.
No. So then you shouldn't also for cows, chickens, pigs.
Yes.
no?
Yeah. But it teach me to approach and to see animals in different way. Because I do think that if we have a huge, not garden, but a huge land, and you put a cow and a chicken and a cat and this and all the animals together, they can find a way of be together. Like I don't know how to explain that. Of course, I'm not speaking about lion. That's
Yeah.
you know, like.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think animal like.
Yeah, they're gentle creatures.
Yes,
They
yes.
wouldn't fight each
Yes,
other, right?
yes. And also, do I think that all the things happening that animals, they say the shark is aggressive and they say the orc, like the big, I don't the whales, not whales, but the other one, the black one, How
Yeah.
do you call that?
The
Black and white. Like
yeah,
they say
the
that they kill people, and I do think that all those animals, of course, we do have aggressive animals. Probably white shark if you see a man in the
Yeah.
sea, and it's. But I do also think that this is all what we give to them. Also, like in the sea, in China, they kill sharks to get the.
we kill more sharks than sharks kill
Yes,
people.
yes,
I don't know if
yes.
you know. Like
Yeah.
worldwide, we kill like hundreds times more than
Mm.
they kill us.
Mm.
So that's.
So that's why probably it's also kind of form of defense or something like.
I mean, in case of defense, you can justify hurting even a person, even a human being. You can say, if somebody comes on your property and tries to attack you, you might kill that person in your own self-defense, or they attack your dog. But that doesn't justify you going around and killing somebody or paying somebody to kill somebody else, right? It's the same, right? Like, yeah, well, maybe some animals you can defend yourself against them, but this isn't the case when we buy animal products. The case is that we can choose otherwise, and when we buy one, we pay for an animal to be slaughtered, to be exploited.
Yes. Yes.
Can I give you a card to look more into it?
Yes.
You seem like such a compassionate person. I love it but don't
I
sleep on it, you know?
Yeah.
Tell me.
No. When I see like come talk to me and social experiment, I was interested to my lady. I'm gonna go there because I like those things. And then I see the figure of cats and dogs. I say I have to go. Like I do a lot of okay for dogs, but I do voluntary helping dogs, and I take dogs from people that cannot for free. Like I go walk them. I really love animals, especially dogs.
That's
But it make
perfect.
me.
You should be vegan. What are you doing?
Yeah, man,
There's
you're
the
right,
only
you're
way.
right,
There's the
you're
only
right.
way.
I will. I'm already trying to work with it.
Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist, send you vegan recipes every day. They help you curb a habit. It's all free. Doesn't require anything. And you have
Okay.
several other resources. Everything you need there.
I like that. Okay.
Like it? What's your
Yes.
name? I forgot.
Sorry, I give you box because my is
Okay,
earthy.
that's
I-
fine.
Yeah. My name is Andrea. Yours?
I'm Chip, Andrea.
Chip.
Chip.
Chip,
Yeah.
okay.
Nice to meet you, Andrea.
Yes.
It's lovely to meet somebody
Yes.
who's compassionate. Don't sit on it. Don't sit on it
No, no,
because
no.
every time you buy an animal product, you participate in it. You put one animal in. If you wouldn't put one single animal in this, don't do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Hey, have a good one. So it was nice to see a compassionate person. I actually felt compassion from him. I'm actually gonna move a little bit. I moved. I'm now a little bit in the shade, so that's good. I think it was. I think he understood the idea, and I think he. I don't know how much. You want to try it? Hi.
Yeah.
What's your name?
My name is Melody.
Hi, Melody. I'm Chip. Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, nice. I'm gonna turn this around, and you tell me what you think.
Okay.
It says animal abuse should be legal.
Whoa.
Do you agree?
No.
Why not?
But because they are living beings. Of course, it's not okay to abuse them, as much as it's not okay to abuse you, for instance.
Okay. Okay. What if you get benefit from it?
How could you get benefit from it?
I mean, you can get benefit from a lot of things. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I would not be interested personally.
Okay. So you agree that it's bad to abuse cats or dogs?
Yeah.
What about cows, chickens, pigs?
Still abuse, yeah.
Yeah, it's wrong, right?
Yeah.
Do you consume any animal products?
I am trying to consume less,
Okay.
actually, yeah.
Do you acknowledge that behind animal products there is some inherent abuse?
Yeah,
Yeah. So consuming less means you're still participating in
Yeah.
the abuse, right?
yeah. But I'm trying to step back.
Why are you trying to step back?
I don't know. First for my health.
Yeah.
I must say it's for my health
Yeah.
first. Then of course for the abuse and because I want to try something new also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything holding you back from never participating in this abuse of animals?
Yes, because where I come from, everybody eats only meat, so it's very complicated. I live in a small island actually. I'm not from here.
Yeah.
So you can't find vegan food or veggie items actually.
Where do you live? I don't know.
Reunion Island. It's a French island near Madagascar.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. But like, let's say if I give you some resources that would help you with that, not 100% sure if they could, but there's there's a thing online that like I can give you a resource where there's a
Yeah.
Discord server where they hook you up with nutritionists.
Yeah.
They help you even in special cases, even maybe in the island where you're at.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it to say myself, but I would say you do have accessibility to a supermarket where you have pasta, rice,
Yeah.
beans, lentils, tofu. Right?
Yeah, maybe not tofu. I'm not sure I've seen there, but yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so it might be that you actually have a little bit more availability
Yeah.
than you think. It's a lot of the times I understand that we are born in a culture where we are like, this is what everybody does, but do you think that just because everybody does it, it makes it okay?
No,
No.
that's we're okay on that.
Yeah, okay, I appreciate that. Okay, so do you feel like, do you know what veganism is, by the way?
Yes,
Yeah?
of course. Yeah.
Well, what do you think it is? Just walk me through it.
It's no consuming any products that come from animals. It means meats, cheese, or leather, for instance,
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
like that.
Yeah. So that's a very good description. I like that you mentioned leather and not everything else. Being vegan means that we oppose the idea that animals should be treated like objects, right?
Yeah.
We shouldn't be exploiting them, killing them, and slaughtering them,
Yeah.
especially given that we have readily available options, like here, but we always have options.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
reality. So given that, taking somebody's life or exploiting them or forcing them into situations that we wouldn't want ourselves to be in, we find it immoral, and we just follow through with it. It means we align our actions with our morals. Is that something that you see yourself as doing?
Yeah, I might. Yeah, it's just right now in my situation it's complicated because of where I'm from.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you
I
live
will try.
here or do you live there?
I live there. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here just on holiday.
Okay, I understand that there might be some difficulty to it, but as I said, like if I give you some resources
Yeah.
and you look into it, do you find yourself as even if let's say it's a little bit more difficult, maybe in your situation, do you think it's worth doing it? Do you think it's fair to do it?
Yeah, I think that could give it a try. Yeah.
Yeah, because is there any justification that you think would make you ever want to exploit animals or abuse animals again?
I don't think so. I'm already kind of against that. So
Yeah,
No.
but do you understand that? Like, it's very clear to me that you're against it, especially when probably you're presented with the abuse in front of you. But when we buy animal products, the
Yeah.
abuse isn't happening in front of us, right?
Yeah,
it's
we
hidden
tend to forget.
Yeah, and we tend to forget about it. But that doesn't mean it doesn't happen,
Yeah.
right? So do you think that do you see the connection between buying an animal product and the
Yeah.
abuse animals suffer?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, then can I give you a card to look more into it?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me? I'm vegan.
Right now, no, not that I can think of. But yeah, I will.
I appreciate you being honest with me. I'll just ask you, how many more animals do you want to be exploited for you before you
Oh.
change?
That's quite a tough question, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the obvious answer would be 0, but I
Yeah.
know that I'm not vegan tomorrow.
Why not?
I won't be.
Why not?
Because I don't know. I don't know how to cook vegetables right, etc. So right now I am forced to cook if I want to eat more vegan.
But here in Amsterdam,
Yeah,
you
that's
can
right.
easily choose vegan,
Yeah.
right? And while you're here, you can do your documentation, and maybe when you
Yeah.
get home, you can try it, right? So you could theoretically be vegan starting from that right now.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
I'm not trying to force you into
Yeah.
it, right? I'm just trying to say, because you see, when we buy, even like obviously it's better if you buy one animal product instead of 100 per week or whatever, but even that one time we still force one animal into a slaughterhouse. We still exploit them.
Yeah.
We still abuse them in that sense, right? So if you were in their shoes, would you want yourself to say
No.
I think no, exactly, exactly. Yeah. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Let me give you a card. Sounds to me like so you have Challenge 22 here.
Okay.
They hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes
Okay.
every day. But maybe in your situation, if you scan this code and or scan this, we're going to this website and type in this code. This is a code
Okay.
that I created. Set it to English because
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it appears in French. I'm not sure if it's there. And there's a vegan mentor help. And
Okay.
it's a Discord server. You log in and they help you. They have personalized help. Somebody will help you out with
Okay.
everything that you need.
Okay. All
Okay?
right.
You just gotta want it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay. Thank
you want it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Nice. Love it. What
Thank
was your
you.
name again?
Melody.
Melody. I'm Chip. Nice to meet you, Melody.
Nice to meet
And
you too.
I don't know. Let's live vegan, right? We just want animals to not be
Yeah.
oppressed for us. Okay?
Okay.
Thank
No
you.
problem.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good
bye.
one. Bye. She was a nice girl. Chip, when someone says it's not possible where they live, you could say, I'm sure there is more than one person on a plant-based diet in your area. Oh, that's also a good point. Yeah, thank you, Benji. It's a very, very good point. I'll do that. Very good point. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't think there's places on this earth where it's impossible. I think there's places where it's more difficult for sure. But I don't think even the range of difficulty justifies what we do to them. But it's, you know what's insane? You know, the more and more I notice is that the people that I talk to, you know, there's people who are living in these places like this girl who maybe it's a bit more difficult, you know, than here, and they still kind of want to do it. I still kind of saw a little bit of willingness from her. Whereas there's people who live in these areas where you have readily available options and they're not open to it at all. Like, it's insane, huh? It comes back again to this thing. You want to try it? It comes back again to this thing where I think, like, privileged people, they don't want to change at all. The privilege is insane. If you talk to someone from the North Pole, they're off the hook. What's up, Chip? Hey, David. Nice to see you. It's hard to read on the screen.
What is your social experiment?
I ask you some questions, get you to think. You want to try it?
Wow, do I have to do it on camera?
You can do it off camera if you want, but can you come closer a little bit here?
Sure.
Yeah, try it. What's your name?
Becky.
Becky. Nice to meet you, Becky. I'm Chip. Where are you from?
The U.S.
The U.S. Where?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Love it. Okay. How do you feel about slavery?
Against.
You're against slavery. Okay, I appreciate it. Why are you against slavery?
Because it's morally wrong and ethically wrong and cruel.
Why is it morally wrong to enslave a person, an individual?
I mean, it's just wrong to take away somebody's autonomy and take away their right to self-determination.
Yeah, so do you think body autonomy is something important?
Yes.
Do you think everybody deserves the right to body autonomy?
Yes.
Do you think animals deserve the right to body autonomy?
Yes.
Do you consume any animal products?
I do.
Do you think there's any violation of bodily autonomy in,
There
in the
is.
production of animal products?
Yes. I am a flawed human.
Yeah. Do you see a contradiction in this? You see it, right?
Of course.
Yeah. Is there anything holding you back from not violating the rights of enslaving animals or like violating their body autonomy?
Besides hunger.
I mean, you can survive and thrive on a plant-based diet.
That is true.
You don't need any animal products, right?
That
That's
is
why
true.
I ask. Yeah.
I mean, no, there's not really anything holding me back from it besides my lack of will to do so.
Yeah, besides your lack of will. I understand that. But why is there a lack of will? Because if you see it as the right thing to do you see it as the right thing to do?
I do.
Yeah. So I understand that sometimes the right thing is also the hard thing to do. But do you think it matters actually? Let me just ask you this. Do you think it matters what your will is? Don't you think it's like an obligation for you to not oppress innocent beings when you have the option not to?
Well, yes. And I do think that like factory farming is wrong, but there is a difference, I think, in that versus like subsistence.
Yeah.
Right? So,
do you think there's a difference to the animal which ends up still gets forcefully impregnated and still ends up slaughtered at a fraction of their lifespan? Do you think to them it matters whether they're in a factory farm or a small farm that much?
well, I wasn't talking about farming at all versus the factory farm. I was talking about like people in Alaska who live off of whale meat.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. Like I don't think that to the animal there's really much of a difference because they're going to die either way,
Exactly.
right?
And they get exploited either way.
And their living conditions are terrible and
Either way.
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
There is a difference, you know, in living your life and swimming about and or roaming about or whatever, and then suddenly not doing that anymore versus living in a cramped, you know, cage or farm or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that there are ways to more ethically do those things.
Do you think there's a way to ethically take somebody's life when they don't want to die and when you can choose otherwise?
Well, that depends on who you're talking to, right? Because
well, I ask you. That's a,
yes, to me, I think that there is really no ethical way to take another human's life, including like the death penalty, including
Okay.
those things. But we're not talking about humans. You're talking about animals, right?
Is there a difference? What is the difference between humans and animals that says it's okay ethically to kill one but not the other? For the same reasons, regardless of the same reasons that you would say it's.
Well, I don't see them as equivalent though. Like I do, like I'm a pet lover. Like
Yeah.
I have cats. I would do anything for them. But at the same time, like I recognize that they are not the same as me. And they don't have the same level of cognition and sentience and whatever that makes me a human versus an animal.
But would you argue that like there's a difference between human beings just like that? Like there might be humans who are intellectually challenged, who have a level of cognition similar to that of an animal, who maybe we don't know if their level of sentience isn't also identical to. I would say sentience is more of an on-off switch. I don't think there's levels to sentience because you either have emotions or you don't.
Yeah,
So,
I would agree with that.
yeah, but like, do you think there's?
But there is a difference. Okay, so what about then bacteria?
Bacteria
How
is
far
not
do you
sentient.
take this?
Bacteria is
right,
not sentient.
but it is alive.
But it's not sentient. It's about sentience, right? Because the reason why sentience matters is because sentience gives us the capability to feel the actions that are done onto us, right? Like if I were to, the reason why it's bad to harm a human being is because of their sentience, is because they would be able to, they would have the capability of feeling the harm I do onto them. It's the same for an animal. So the reason why it's bad to harm an animal or to exploit an animal is because they would feel my actions onto them, right? So if they don't feel it, if they're, even if they were an artificially intelligent robot who somehow has sentience, it would still be just as immoral to do anything wrong to them if they would feel it, right? It's the same thing. The idea is sentience. They should, if they have emotions, if they feel pain, if they feel all of this, then we shouldn't be doing this to them.
I can't argue that.
Okay.
Have a good day.
So then, do you feel like you want to keep participating in this exploitation of animals?
You know, I don't know.
You don't know,
don't
but
know.
you acknowledge it that it's the morally right thing to do.
I do.
do,
And
yeah.
and like I said, you know, I am a flawed human who doesn't always make the right and ethical decision.
Yeah, but like it's okay to like to be like I admit I also am a flawed human and sometimes I make mistakes, but we can't justify doing horrible things by saying we're flawed humans, right? Like
So are you a vegan?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but the reason why I'm standing here is not because I'm a vegan, is because I'm an animal rights activist, right? Being vegan strictly means that I oppose the commodification of animals. It just means, like you say, that it's wrong. I agree with you that it's wrong, but I follow through with it. I don't participate in it. Everything else, on top of it, the fact that I'm sitting here and talking to people, I'm just fight for animal rights. It's not necessarily because I'm vegan.
Right. Well, I can appreciate that,
Yeah.
and I commend you for it. I don't know that I can necessarily promise to you, random stranger
Yeah.
that I'm talking to, that I will change my entire lifestyle.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you that animal rights are important.
Yeah,
So-
do you think there's any difference between us choosing to exploit and slaughter innocent animals and us choosing to exploit innocent humans?
Yes.
What is the difference that says one is worse or better? Again, intention. Both are intentionally bad, right?
Yeah, they are. I mean, do you also feel that, you know, a lion eating a deer is wrong?
I would say if the lion knew better and the lion had options, then it would be wrong, yes. If the lion was a moral agent in the sense that they could just, like, they could understand and, like, I wouldn't blame a child for doing something bad, right? Just like I wouldn't blame an animal for doing something bad because they don't know any better. But if I know better, if I know what I'm doing, if I know that I'm intentionally exploiting somebody else, it doesn't matter. I would say it's bad regardless, right? Being a flawed human doesn't mean we have a free pass at doing whatever we want. It means we can make mistakes. But making mistakes, it means we don't have the intention in there, you see?
So then, what is your proposed solution to move away from that?
Well, at the moment, way too people in the world are vegan. So at the moment, it's grassroots movement. We have to talk to
So
people.
you're just
We
working to change hearts and minds.
I want to change people so that they don't want to participate in this anymore. Yeah.
Got it,
Yeah.
got it.
And at some point, maybe governments will get involved. But especially in the U.S., there's so much subsidies for animal agriculture that it's you know, it's something.
Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks.
Yep.
And seeing them as objects is not something. Do you acknowledge that they are seen as objects in animal agriculture?
I do acknowledge that, yes.
Yeah. And they're not objects.
It is, but I mean, so much of everything in a capitalist world that we live in, unfortunately, is seen that way. So.
Yeah, but like we can't like obviously the world isn't perfect, but again we can't justify doing horrible things by saying the world isn't perfect. We have options, especially when we have options.
That is true.
Can I give you a card to look more into it?
Sure.
Okay, I appreciate that. Here you go.
right.
Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist to send you recipes every day. All of it is free. Everything to help you be vegan. All you gotta do is want it. But if there's something that I suggest you watch, is you scan this code or go on this website and type in this code. This is a code that I made, and watch the most important speech you'll ever hear.
I guess I have a friend.
I guess
All
you have a
right,
friend.
thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one. Oh, I pulled out that card like this. Yeah, it was how smooth you pulled out that card. That's funny. I don't know. You know, I don't know what I'm doing on the street sometimes. You know, I feel like I want people to convince them to go vegan. That I also feel like if I push too much, sometimes I get this backfire effect. So, tell me, do you guys think I should have pushed more with this person? I'm curious because I'm not very good with reading people. I'm not very good at knowing when to stop, and I'm trying to learn this more. So I appreciate the help in this. That was the perfect amount of pushing, says Benji. Yeah, I also think like it was just the right amount. And yet again, I think the explanation was pretty good. Like she made some good points. I think like I like it when people ask questions. I like it when they engage in conversations. It feels like they're listening, that they're understanding the point. And I think like morally, she definitely understood the point. Hey, decidedly Donna is here. Hello. Ali's here also. Nice. A lot of awesome people in the chat, I see. Okay, after the next conversation, I'm gonna turn the sign around. We're probably not gonna have a long stream today. I don't know. We'll see. I always say the same thing and then it ends up a little bit longer, so let's see. But I have a headache because of, I don't know, maybe dehydration or something. Maybe I should drink some water. Okay, let's do this. You guys want to try a social experiment? Hey, Has Vegan. Ah, I miss your live streams also, Has Vegan. guys want to try a social experiment? Want to try a social experiment? Oh, I think there's going to be a protest soon here. There's a lot of police gathering. And I hear some noise. We'll see. You want to try a social experiment? Somebody reported you. Nah, they don't care about me. I'm a small little player. Hello everybody who's in the chat, who's listening to this, who's watching this. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, please like the video. It helps with my mental thing. If the numbers increase a little bit, nothing more. And I appreciate it. And you might like the content that we're making. So yeah, like, subscribe, all that stuff. You guys want to try? Hey, Gray Sky Vegan. I can now see the screen, by the way. That's in the shade. You want to try a social experiment? It's getting closer. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Want to try a social experiment?
What?
I just asked you some questions. You want to try it? What do you think about this?
Animals should be illegal.
Legal, yeah. Do you agree?
No, no way.
Why not?
We have a dog. She have a dog. We love cats and dogs.
Is it wrong to abuse animals?
Sure.
Okay.
What
Why?
do you think about?
Yeah, I think it's not.
No.
It's, yeah.
Begrijp je dat wat hij zegt?
Yeah.
Is het terecht dat ze honden mishandelen of zo?
And Phil, what's your name?
I'm Chip.
Chip. What is your opinion about animal abuse?
I'm also all against that, but this is kind of like reverse psychology. But like, you agree that animal abuse is wrong, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. For cats and dogs.
Absolutely.
What about
define animal abuse?
What about cows, chickens, pigs?
Also.
Also, right?
Also.
It's wrong to abuse them.
Yeah, sure.
Do you think that behind animal products there is an inherent abuse?
I'm sure about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The industry actually,
Yeah, yeah. Do you consume any animal products?
Meat, milk, yogurt, cheese.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think there's any abuse behind that?
Yeah.
I'm sure about that. I think some animals like chicken and pork or so, it's kind of abuse.
Yeah, I mean for all animals,
sure.
exploiting them and slaughtering them for something that is optional to us,
yeah.
it is abusive, right?
Yeah, I'm sure about that.
Yeah. So given that you're against it, is there anything holding you back from not participating in it? From saying, I don't want any animals to be exploited for me? From saying...
Can I actually give my opinion on that?
Yeah, please.
I believe because in the history of human beings, we're built to consume meat, yogurts. I believe in that. I don't believe.
I mean, we're not built to consume milk for sure, but like we developed that capability.
We are
But
developing.
like meat
Yeah.
and everything, it's in our roots, and I believe it's essential for us human beings to eat it. Like sure, you can use alternative products, but I don't like it.
But as long as you can survive and thrive without it, it doesn't really matter what happened in the history, right? Because you can argue that within the history of humankind, like if you heard of Genghis Khan, for example,
Yeah,
Genghis Khan was one person who raped so many women.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that, and it might be that you might have some of his genes, I have some of his genes.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't mean that because it was in my history
Yeah, yeah,
that I
yeah.
need to do it too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We know better and we have options. Maybe in the past we didn't have options, but nowadays we definitely do. So in that sense, if we acknowledge that it's bad to do this to animals and we have options, then we shouldn't do this to animals, right?
Well, it's okay about that, but the thing is, what he said, that you have to consume meat and you need it, but you have to do it in a way that does not hurt animal, you know.
Is there any way to do it to kill them
No,
without hurting
no,
them?
not killing, but for me, I like meat of sheep, you know, I like it. But what I see, they live outside, they have a good life, they eat grass, not like pork who put them inside day and night. It's not good.
So if they get treated well, it's okay to kill them.
Yes.
No, not killing them. It's
No.
to eat.
To
you know.
eat.
But to eat them, you have to kill them, huh?
Yeah.
Can I give you a response?
Yeah.
Like in nature, when a lion is hungry, what does he do? He eats another animal. We humans are animals too. We're on top of the food chain.
We're not on top of the food chain, but like even like lions, you know, lions sniff each other's butt when they meet. Lions, they rape other lions. Lions commit infanticide where they kill their babies. It doesn't just because a lion does it doesn't mean we should do it too,
But
right?
all mammals, all animals, they eat each other. Like you have the
Yeah, but we can't justify doing something just because another animal does it. Like imagine somebody raping another woman and going to court and saying, "Your Honor, lions rape other animals. Of course we should do it. It's in our nature."
Do you have any other examples except of rape?
Well, they commit infanticide, right? They kill their babies. You know that a lot of animals kill their babies, right? That there's,
Some do, yeah.
yeah. So that would you say that a human being killing their babies, would that be justified by saying, well, other animals do it?
No, but the entire biology, the entire ecology, the entire ecosystem, it works on animals eating plants, those animals getting eaten by animals.
Not the
It's-
animals that we farm, that
it's
we
a food chain.
exploit.
No, it's true. But it's kind of part of nature. Sure, we're exploiting animals, but I believe if they're like, I eat like biologisch, it's
Yeah.
like ecological food.
Yeah, that's a label that's mostly for consumers because the reality behind it, it's still animals still get exploited, abused, and
Sure,
slaughtered
they're
for it.
still getting killed,
Yeah.
but they're having a decent life, and I believe I'm okay with that.
Well, let's put it into perspective. What do you know about the dairy industry? You say you eat milk, cheese. Why do cows produce milk?
Because they have babies.
Exactly. So do you think that they have babies on their own whenever they want to, or do you think farmers force them to have babies?
They put a bull in the.
They don't put a
lawn,
bull.
Yeah.
No, so somebody puts their hands in their anus, holds their cervix, and injects bull semen. Somebody else has to jerk off a bull for that to happen. Nobody puts a bull or anything. It's artificial insemination. It's forceful insemination.
But that is with the regular dairy industry. It's true.
That's
It's
That's a
very
standard
pre-
practice across the board.
No, the
Small
stores I go
farms,
to,
large
they
farms,
don't do it.
biological. Let's say if you find out that they do this, would you be in favor of doing this? And let's say even if they don't do this, let's say they put the bull, okay? What do you think happens to the babies once they're born?
They don't get slaughtered, except their boys. It's true. I know
Yeah,
that.
the first thing is they get separated from their parents, from their mother, right? Because if they would stay with their mother, they would drink their mother's milk. And we say, no, it's our milk, it's not theirs, which is wrong to begin with, right? Cows produce milk for their babies, not for us. So we say, well, the milk belongs to us, and we separate the babies from the mother. If the babies are male, yeah, they get killed. And if they're female, same fate as their mother, year-over-year forceful impregnation for 6 to 8 years, when farmers can no longer impregnate them with ease, and then they go to a slaughterhouse, and they can live 20, 25 years. They don't live even half their life, and it's a miserable life where they get exploited, abused, and slaughtered. So, do you think any of that is something to be justified for something that we like, not something that we need?
I think at the moment we don't even have the capacity to buy like the alternative for like meats are like soybeans and like proteins from insects.
Well, there's protein in all plants, first of all, but in different variations. But you have soy, you have tofu, tempeh, all of this. You also have like beans, chickpeas, all of this.
Do you recognize how much damage is caused by Sophia van Kant? How much damage is caused by the soybean production? And for example, the Amazon rainforest.
Do you know why the number one reason is deforested for the deforestation, including in the Amazon, is happening?
Because of soybean.
Animal production is the
And
number
food,
one
yeah,
cause.
true.
So it's not soy production, no. So even if it is soy production, it's soy for the animals. Because even in Netherlands, even in Netherlands, animals are fed like you can check it out on there's a dairy. I forgot the name of it. There's a dairy coalition of farmers here in the Netherlands, and you check it out that this is the best of the best. They still recommend like 20 or 30% of their diet is comprised of soy or and of corn. You can check this on their website. And all of this is still more than than it is needed for a human to eat. So I think there's a couple of studies that show it takes 8 times more land to produce a gram of protein of meat than 1 gram of protein coming from plants.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's a lot of it's still like, even environmentally speaking, it's bad. But I'm not here to speak about the environment because, environmentally speaking, if I were to kill humans, it would be good for the environment. There's no argument there, right? It's less
I think the comparison that you make every time, it's not realistic. The thing is, we are human beings. We love to eat meat. Myself and my family try to reduce that. We eat salad, we eat other stuff, eggs. But it's human nature. I like meat. We eat it, I think, 2, 3 times a week. I think it's enough. And I try to be gentle. We have a dog at home. We love that dog.
Would you eat dogs?
No, no way. No way.
What is the difference between a dog and a cow that says it's okay to kill one but not the other?
Because a cow, again back to history, I know your point, but cows in the entirety of human history, for the last 10,000 years, humans have cultivated.
So the
cows,
dogs were
chickens,
also consumed a long time. Only recently they stopped being consumed, so that doesn't really matter.
In the West, the last 1,000 years, they didn't do it. Maybe
why does that matter, right? It doesn't matter.
Because I'm a Western person. I live by the Western culture.
So you're saying culture should dictate what is right and wrong?
It should dictate how I should live. I believe in culture.
So do you say there's cultures on this planet where they do female genital mutilation, where they literally cut the clitoris of women because it's cultural to do so? Do you think that's right to do because it's cultural?
Don't you think that's a little bit radical? That's radical.
I would say it's radical to kill any animal when we don't need to, right? Like imagine me having the option to eat plant-based and then going around with a knife and killing animals because I like their taste. Like that's what we're saying right now.
That's not, I said to you, the comparisons that you make each time, I understand
just because we don't see it, but that's what happens in the back, right?
From the point of your view,
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Yeah.
But from the point of view of most people, love to eat meat. But me, for example, we try to be gentle, to be nice to the animal. So.
But you're still taking their life for something that you don't need to. So it doesn't really matter. Like even if most people do it, right?
But what's the alternative then?
Oh, any plant-based meals that you can have, right? Like anyway, I would assume that when you're eating, 90% of your plate should be plant-based anyway, right?
Yeah.
You pasta, rice, beans, lentils, tofu.
There are also many scientific papers that prove like you can eat a lot of plant-based vegetables, everything. But like in meats, there are like many essential vitamins, not only protein but vitamins.
Is there anything that you can't get?
From plants, no. But to have a balanced diet, to have a healthy diet, you need meat in it.
No. You can survive and thrive. Like I'm actually studying to be a certified nutritionist, and I can tell you for a fact that we don't need animal products, any animal product. We can survive and thrive. And any vitamin, you can supplement it if needed, right? Like
that shouldn't be the goal to supplement, right?
It shouldn't be the goal, but
then we self are becoming the animals. Then we are eating.
But animals are already supplemented. You should know that, for example, the only vitamin that is not found in plants is B12. But B12 is already animals are already supplemented B12 because B12 comes from a bacteria on the ground, and because we fucked our ground, the bacteria no longer exists.
Right.
So you're just getting a second-hand supplement anyway.
To get your hoe zeg je, doel eigenlijk,
goal.
Yeah.
your goal is to change the whole industry.
I mean, my goal is to, at some point, yes, I would like no animals to be exploited for us, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
But I can't choose that, and unfortunately, too few people want to be
I
part of
understand
this
that.
movement
Yeah,
where we
yeah,
say no
yeah,
more animals
yeah,
to be oppressed
yeah,
for us.
yeah, I
So
understand
right
that.
now, I'm talking to each person at a time, trying to get them to move, and
Yeah.
at some point, yeah, maybe the industries will change.
I think this is the next generation. This is my daughter, this is my son, and
Yeah.
they have now more information and more things to think about it. I don't know what's going to happen in 10 years. Maybe we have an alternative for meat. Maybe she will.
We have alternatives for
Yeah.
meat already.
Yeah. What do you
Yeah.
think, Sophia?
You have a big point. You
Yeah.
have a very big point. And in the next 10 years, yeah, more people will be vegan.
Yeah.
Dus you have a big point. I think.
What do you think veganism is, by the way? What do you think a vegan is?
Yeah, it's a good person, but you need meat but you can get it from vegan and from vegetables. You can get it everywhere. Dus.
Yeah, so being vegan is not a diet, by the way. It just means that we oppose what's happening to animals, and we say we don't want to be part of it. So that includes the diet. That
Yeah.
says we also don't buy leather
Yeah.
or any other products that exploit animals.
Yeah.
It's literally that. We oppose the idea that animals should be exploited for us.
Yeah.
I will make. We need to get going. I will make a final
Okay.
point. Like
If you're going to make a point, you're going to have to accept also to.
yeah, sure, we'll talk it out. But
Yeah.
like inclusion, like I believe like animal abuse. It's a big problem in the industry.
Yeah.
Like in school, they tell me a lot about in literature,
Yeah.
in books and news. I read it everywhere. They also believe they're like, look there's a protest from for the Palestinians. There are like so
Yeah.
many problems in the world.
Yeah, but I agree with you. There's other problems in the world. The thing is, you can care about all of that, and I think it's awful what's happening in Israel and Palestine. It's absolutely horrific. But I think like 3 times per day you make a choice, and nobody's forcing you one way or the other. You make your choice. So that means when you make that choice, you can choose anything else, right? So you can still care about Palestine. You can still care about any other cause and fight for anything else.
Yeah.
But when you make that choice, make the choice that doesn't exploit an animal.
What's your name, sir?
I'm Chip.
Chip.
Yeah.
Chip. Believe me now, your message. We have you understand your message,
Yeah.
and I'm sure me, my son, and my daughter will do something about it.
I appreciate that. Can I give you a card to look more into it?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
I appreciate that. You seem like open-minded people, and
yeah,
I appreciate that. Especially I think like I sit and talk to a lot of people on the street, and
Yeah.
people who are older, as you say, they say I grew up like this. It's
Yeah.
difficult for me,
Yeah.
but if you're young, it's best to move a little bit away from this because you don't want to be part of this.
Yeah,
It will
I'm-
change, and especially if you think that animals deserve respect, you don't even have to like animals. You
Yeah.
just have to think that they deserve justice and respect. That means not do this for them for optional
Yeah,
products.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
I think your goal is noble, what you stand for.
Yeah, thank you.
So go for it. Good luck.
Look, let me just tell you real
Yeah.
quick, okay? So on this card, scan this code or go on
Yeah.
this website and type
Yeah.
in this code.
Yeah.
Set it to English because it might appear in Dutch.
Okay.
And watch the most important speech you'll ever hear. It's okay. It's safe to watch with kids also.
Yeah.
From time to time, they might show a little bit from the industry.
Yeah.
But at that time, you can watch away if you
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
But it's a good speech and it teaches you about eggs, about
Okay.
dairy, all of it.
Yeah.
It's at least good to know what we pay for, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's nice to speak to you. Good luck.
Thank you.
And stay for it.
I'm
Thank you.
gonna watch it.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
You're gonna watch it. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. And act. Don't just think. Also act. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Thank
Have
you.
a nice day.
Have a nice
One day
day.
you go viral.
Say that again.
One day you go viral.
One day you go
Viral.
viral.
Yeah.
Viral. Oh,
Viral.
viral. Thank you. I don't know. Yeah. I want people to be vegan. That's all I want. Okay. Are you gonna be vegan one day?
Yes, for sure.
Love it. I appreciate it. Interesting conversations. I don't think you saw any of it. But that girl was understanding more than her parents. It's interesting because the dad understood, the daughter understood, but the son was coming up with the arguments. Viral Chip says, yeah, I think she was just trying to say to give a nice. You guys want to try a challenge?
What are you talking about?
I just ask you some questions, get you to think.
Yes, I would live on Instagram.
Are you live on YouTube? Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Yes, that's absolutely okay.
Can you come closer so that you're? Wait, let me adjust a little bit. Okay. What's your names?
Tom, hello.
Chip, nice to meet you. How about you?
Juliana.
Juliana, where are you from?
Germany.
Germany. Okay, love it. The same?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna turn this around and you tell me what you think.
Change my mind.
It says animal abuse should be legal.
Should be legal. Change my mind.
Do you agree?
Is this abuse?
Leid antun,
Ach so.
Ausnutzen, sowas.
So it should, animal abuse should be legal. Aber es soll ja nicht illegal sein, ne? Es soll nicht
It should
legal
be illegal.
sein. Yeah, it should be illegal.
Why shouldn't we abuse animals?
Because they also have feelings.
They also have feelings. Okay, I appreciate that. Okay, so cats, dogs, it's wrong to abuse them.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about chickens, pigs, cows?
It's also wrong.
It's also wrong, right? Because they also have feelings, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you consume any animal products?
Yes, I do.
Do you think there's any abuse behind these animal products?
Yes.
Yeah. And do you see a contradiction there? I'll just put this one down.
Yes.
Yeah. So, if you say that you're against abuse, can you really be against abuse when you're paying for it, when you're supporting it?
So it's controversial.
Yeah. Why is it controversial?
Because I have the opinion that animals shouldn't be abused, but I profit from the abusement.
Yeah.
Yes. So all in all, it's the fault of the customer or of the people who use it.
But do you think you have a moral obligation to stop?
Yes. There are ways to stop it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, like
there-
you can choose a plant-based diet.
Yes.
You can choose to not buy leather. You can
Yes.
choose to not go to zoos.
Because
and
of
stuff
her,
like
I
that.
tried.
Oh, because of her. Are you vegan?
I'm vegetarian
You
and
veg-
I try like not to use milk or less eggs and so on
Why are you vegetarian?
because of moral and
Okay.
they're living individuals. So I don't think we should abuse them. And I still consume like products like milk, egg, or when it's in I don't know cake or something. But I'm trying to like reduce the use, the consume.
Do you think there's abuse behind milk, cheese,
Yeah,
all
of
these
course.
products, eggs?
Of course, yes.
Do you know, for example, what like anything about the dairy industry?
No.
Why do cows produce milk?
Why do
What-
cows produce milk?
Yeah.
Das hast du doch bestimmt.
Because like I don't know.
Sag mal auf Deutsch.
Künstliche Befruchtung,
Okay.
im Prinzip Vergewaltigung der Kühe.
Okay.
Und dann
So because of their
Yeah.
like of the small cows.
Yeah. It's because of their babies. Yeah,
Yeah.
because of their babies.
yeah,
Yeah.
they get babies or
Yeah.
they're like gezwungen. They're forced to get babies.
Yeah, exactly. They're forced to get
And
babies. Yes.
The babies get taken away.
Oh, you know it. Okay. The babies get. What happens to them if they're male?
I think they're killed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And females, same fate as their
Yeah.
mother, year over year forceful impregnation for 6 to 8 years until the farmer can no longer impregnate them with ease, and then they all go to a slaughterhouse, and they can live up to 20, 25 years, so they don't live even half their life, and they get exploited. So it's a miserable life to begin with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you acknowledge that when you're buying milk, cheese, stuff like that, you're supporting this?
Yeah, that's why I'm not buying milk.
Yeah, or cheese or any dairy
Yeah.
products. Because you said sometimes you do. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even sometimes, do you think that sometimes we still contribute to some abuse?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a hard topic.
It's a hard topic. I
Yes.
understand. Yeah. It's a lot of people are. Take it personally, and they don't want it because a lot of the times when I discuss with people, a lot of people kind of feel the idea that they need to change when you hear this, right?
Yes.
Because you hear this awful thing and you're like, you don't want to be associated with it.
Yes.
Do you feel like you want to be associated with this? Do you feel like you want to support this?
I don't want to support this, but like I want to support the ways that there are different or that there are alternatives to these products. And for example, you can try them, and some of them for me they taste good, but some of them they don't.
What do you mean?
And
Like, is there any way to get an animal product without exploiting an animal?
I think there are ways that you can like have products which go like there are different ways of cheese, but they're not made of milk or some ways.
Oh,
like
you
that.
mean like not animal products?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I like to support this way, and I think there's a lot of progress in the last few years.
Yeah,
and-
everything plant-based at
Yes.
the end of the day doesn't exploit an animal.
Yes.
But like, I mean, like animal products themselves. Do you think there's any way to make animal products without exploiting animals?
Oh, I'm not into the topic, so
Oh, okay.
I can't really answer this question.
What do you think?
I don't think when you go to the supermarket it's possible. I think it's only possible if you have your, I don't know, own chickens at home and you get eggs from them and they
You
are in
still
your
exploit
garden.
them even then, because you use them for their eggs. It's still
Yeah.
a form of exploitation.
Yeah, but if they live in your big garden and they have a happy life, I think.
Do you
or
know?
I'd say
Do you
that's
know what happens? A lot of people don't know about eggs. I also had to learn about it myself. Is that in hatcheries, the place where chickens come from? It's small farms, large farms. People who have them in their backyard, they all come from hatcheries, which is a place where eggs hatch and chickens are born, basically. And in that place, of course, when an egg hatches, there's a 50-50 chance that they're either male or female. Females, they go on to small farms, large farms, whatever, backyards, whatever you say. And what do you think happens to the males?
they're killed.
Yeah, and they get killed by being blended up alive, or being gassed to death, or being put in a bag and suffocated to death. So this is because they're in their way, right? All of these industries, they see animals as objects. They only want to get the products because they get the money from the products. So the animals are in the way. They're in their way for all of it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So when we buy these animal products, we support them. Do you see yourself as stopping this support?
I'm currently trying, or I have been producing a lot, and I only consume it when, like, it would be very hard for me not to do that.
But when is that happening? Is there any chance?
When I'm at my, I don't know, grandma's dinner and she cooked something, then I will eat it even if it's not vegan.
If your grandma were to cook like a dog, she would, she I don't know, she all of a sudden likes the taste of dogs. She would take a dog, rip their fur off and cook it. Would you eat the dog?
I'm not eating animals.
Okay. Oh, okay, if
so
she
I
would do what we do to cows, to dogs, she would milk a dog, she would get all the milk products from a dog.
Hard question, I think.
Yeah.
that's a hard question.
Yeah, because we tend to, I think like we as in a society, we tend to see these animals like dogs and cats, because we have them as pets, we see them as companions, and we relate to them a bit more, but the reality is cows, chickens, pigs are no different to them.
Yes.
They all sentient, they all have emotions, and they all want to live.
Yes.
So just because we see, the reason why I ask this is because I think the problem with a lot of the times it's seeing the possibility of consuming animals, but when it comes to dogs, you don't see it as a possibility. Yet when it comes to cows, you see it as, yeah, okay, if they do this, right? So, do you think there's a contradiction there in the morality system that you follow?
I think so. So I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
With the example of pets, dogs and cats, you see them as pets or you have them as pets, and
Yeah.
for example cows. So I think there's also it's a controversial aspect.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I appreciate you being honest with me. I'm trying to get more people to go vegan because do you know what veganism is?
Yes.
Can you just tell me in your own words what do you think it is?
You don't use products of eggs,
Yeah.
of animals, for
Yeah,
example, eggs.
Yeah. So it's being vegan. It's a moral principle. It means we oppose the idea of animals being commodified for us. We don't want them to be treated like objects. Like, so that means we follow through with it. We say, can you really be against animal exploitation or abuse when you're supporting it? That's why I asked, right? So
Yes.
we acknowledge that you can't really be against it, especially if you have options. It means you still choose. So when you choose for an animal to be oppressed or exploited for you, you're not really against it, right? Because you chose for that. So that's the whole thing. And then we just follow through, as I said, like we don't do anything. So do you guys see yourself as ever going vegan?
Like ever going vegan? Yeah. I do.
Yeah, I would also give it a try, but I just want to see how like the plant-based stuff and how this is gonna develop in the next few years.
It's definitely going to develop. And of course, doing it even maybe in the future or whatever is better than not doing it at all.
Yes.
But keep in mind that if you're going forward, every animal product that you will buy from now on, you will know that an animal will be exploited and slaughtered for you. So if you don't want that to happen, it seems like the only way is to go vegan right now. But I don't want you to make a promise from me. I'm a stranger to you, right? I want you to look more into it, but I want from you, while you look into it, to connect with yourself, to acknowledge that this is wrong, and to try not to participate in it until you make a decision.
Yeah.
That's a
Does that
nice
sound-
final sentence.
Okay, I appreciate that. Okay, let me give you some flyers. You guys are from Germany, right?
Yes.
Do you speak German?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I appreciate it. Because these flyers are in German, so. There you go.
Thank you very much.
And read through the flyers and please make a decision. We don't want any more animals. If you were in their shoes, what would you want yourself to do? Stop?
That's a question. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good day. Bye. I felt like she was a bit more open to it. He was, he was more. She was more open to it, and he was more open for discussion. So it was a bit difficult in that sense. But I gave them a flyer, the flyers that Alexandra made, by the way. Thank you, Alexandra, for that. And yeah, let's hope something happens. Well, actually, I said after this conversation, we'll turn this around. Let's see. You agree? Do you guys agree? It says animal abuse should be legal. No? Why not? You guys agree? What makes you think that humans are the only mammal has to drink the milk of another species? You girls agree? It says animal abuse should be legal. Why? There's a protest for Palestine here in the market on the other side. Oh, luckily it didn't reach here, so it's all good. You guys agree? I think these people who are at the protest for Palestine would be amazing to do the oppression experiment with them. Do you agree?
I do agree.
It says animal abuse should be legal.
No,
Why not?
because I love animals.
You love animals, so we shouldn't abuse them.
Shouldn't abuse them. No.
What about cows, chickens, pigs?
It depends on how. But I'm with my children, so. No.
Okay. So we shouldn't abuse them also, huh? But behind any animal product there is abuse.
We're animals as well.
So now abuse is okay. It's funny. You agree? It says animal abuse should be legal. Do you agree? So you agree with abusing animals? It's more like. Do you agree? Should be legal to abuse animals? No? Why not? Cows, chickens, pigs? Let's see, maybe we get some comments. Eating and abusing are two different things to you, huh? To the victims, they're the same thing. You agree with the sign? It says animal abuse should be legal. You guys okay with being live on YouTube?
I would-
Do you agree with animal abuse should be legal?
I want to hear your view.
Well, as long as we benefit from abusing animals, it should be legal, right?
Like in what way?
I don't know if we get pleasure from it.
What the heck? No, I disagree.
No? You disagree? Why? Why shouldn't we abuse animals?
They're living like they live the same way you live.
Yeah, okay. So,
They have emotions and stuff.
oh, I appreciate that. Okay, so do you think cats and dogs do that, right?
They have emotions, yes.
What about cows, chickens, pigs?
I agree, they still have emotions.
They still have emotions, okay. Do you consume any animal products?
Me, in restaurants, yes. At home, no.
You?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, do you acknowledge that there's inherent abuse behind animal products?
Yeah.
Yeah, so can you really oppose animal abuse when you're supporting it by paying for it?
Yes. I mean, it's not legal. It depends on the way it's done. And I'm not saying that killing pigs to eat them is not abuse. I'm just saying that there's ways of doing it, first of all, and then I'm not saying we're perfect either.
Yeah, but like if you have a choice and you make a choice, do you think there's because I understand like we're not perfect, we can make mistakes, but when we
can do
choose,
better.
but that doesn't saying that we're not perfect doesn't give us a free
charge.
pass,
Yeah, I
a free
agree.
pass
No, I agree with you.
to
But-
abuse animals. This is reverse psychology, of course. I think if you
No,
already
no,
realized, yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm just. No, I'm just saying that it works like that in a lot of ways in life. We're doing bad things all the time.
But we strive not to, right? So we
We strive not to, but some people don't strive not to.
But you yourself, you say you don't consume it at home, so I would assume that you don't do that because of some ethical reason.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So why does that do the ethics change when you go out?
It's just because it's on me, because I'm lazy. I don't want to like try to pick things like restaurants with like all vegetarian stuff, and so sometimes I eat like meat and all, but I'm not. And when I'm going to my parents, I don't make them do only things without meat. But it's on me.
Would you do the exact same thing to dogs?
No, because it's dogs. No, but I agree.
So
I
what is
agree.
the difference between
No,
dogs
I agree
and
with you.
cows?
No, but I agree with you.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. I
Yeah.
think you're right. I'm just
You think he's right that
Yeah, if-
animal abuse
No, I
should be
think he's
legal?
right now.
Yeah.
He's not right in
No,
this.
I don't agree that should be legal. I think it should be illegal, of course. Yeah, it's a reverse psychology thing, right? I try to get people to talk about it. But it seems to me like your comparison that you shouldn't allow, like, I don't know, as you said, being lazy or something about it, right? Don't you want justice don't you want to do justice towards everybody, or don't you want to be
Yeah,
fair
I agree,
towards
but
everybody?
then you have to change your whole lifestyle. Because
Yeah.
then I agree with, for example, vegan option and stuff. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yes, but if you fucking take avocados from like South countries and then you import stuff, then it's the
Is
same
that
thing.
abuse?
No, I'm not saying for animals, but then our planet is dying too.
But you don't have to eat avocados. I don't eat avocados.
No, I know, but
What do
maybe
you-
you're
what do you-
perfect.
What do you eat for sustenance?
I mean, today I had like a curry that I make, but I don't know, just like the same thing as you do. But usually I get potatoes and like tofu, I make a sauce for the tofu and cover it and air fry it.
Where does your tofu come from? Do you know?
Soybeans, you mean?
No, but I mean, which country?
Oh, the tofu is in Netherlands. Soy is made all across Europe because most animals in animal agriculture are fed soy. Actually, most of the soy grown worldwide is for the animals. So obviously they're going to grow it also here. But it doesn't really matter. Like if you think about the environment, because I see you're very focused towards the environment. Even environmentally speaking, if you were to import an avocado from southern Africa, it's still better for the environment than you to consuming meat. It's still.
No, I understand.
Yeah,
But-
because the transport is only like 2% of the carbon. Like if you think about animals, one animal you would have to grow them, feed them. You have to grow the food for them, feed them, kill them, transport them. The transport is the same. So you still have a lot. Like the environmental footprint of somebody being plant-based is like a quarter of somebody who eats meat. So it's still for land use.
I'm gonna ask you a question, but this
Yeah.
is just for inquisitively, if you think
Yeah.
about this or not. Do you vet everything you eat, like where it's grown and how.
I mean,
and it's
if I buy a new
processed and-
product, yes, if I buy a new product, but normally I go to a supermarket and like
You know
most poor
what to
people, I know what I'm buying, right? I'm buying kind of the same things every week. Sometimes I try a new thing, and yeah, they have a vegan label on it, and I look at it, but that's it.
Do you like orange juice?
I don't drink orange juice now, but why? What's the deal with orange juice?
No, it's just an example. Like I'm from South Africa.
Yeah.
And most of the oranges that are here in this country are coming from there.
Yeah.
And the conditions under which those oranges are grown is for me a bit.
It's bad.
It's for the people who have to work those
Yeah,
fields
yeah.
and the amount of money they are paid and the conditions they are paid, like they work under. No pension, no like a stable.
Yeah, but
income,
your
no-
options aren't between eating oranges or eating meat, right?
No, I'm just
So-
saying.
Yeah.
Let's
There's
say
a lot of
theoretically,
considerations.
there's a lot of
There is,
considerations.
but there is one
everywhere
very
for
simple
everything.
consideration, right? I agree. Like, there's a lot of shit happening in the world, and you can't make perfect choices, especially when it comes to like human labor, right? There's labor laws in certain countries that are wrong. But if you argue the consequences of it, right? Like, let's put it this way: if you don't buy animal products, eventually animals don't get exploited for you. That's what happens. If you don't buy products that have a weird impact on human. I'm sorry, I've been here for a while. If labor laws or stuff like that, right? They have. I don't know. You buy a phone from a factory, right? Where they treat where their workers bad. If you stop buying that, what will happen is the factory will close down. Those people will lose their job, and they'll have to find another job, right? Where like the consequences of it are different, right? You see, like the consequences of you buying an animal product is an animal will be exploited and slaughtered for you. The consequences of you buying one of these products is, yes, you're supporting a system, but there's also the fact that whether you need to do it or not. I would argue, even in the case of a phone or whatever it is, if you don't need to buy it, don't buy it. It's simple. My phone is 4 years old. I don't want to change it. If it works, it works. So it's the same thing, like, but with diet or with anything else, because being vegan is not a diet. It's about diet, clothes, cosmetics, everything. If you have the option between not exploiting an innocent being, why choose to exploit them? That's it. And you always have this option, right? What do you feel?
No, I agree. It's just.
I totally agree with you, but the matrix, the way it's connected, is far for me. It's far more complex than
yeah.
than just saying if I stop.
But that's an
eating-
appeal to futility, huh? It's like saying, I bring it to your attention that something you do exploits innocent women, and you're saying, yeah, but it's all complicated. When you could choose, when I can tell you also that you can stop and give you the options to stop. Because I'm not here telling you that there's something complicated happening. I'm here telling you this is what's happening, and here's how you can stop. And I'm offering you also the solution. I'm not here telling you there's a problem and maybe you want to be part of it. I'm offering you the solution. The solution is to not oppress animals, to not be part of it.
How much impact does one person have?
One person can, per year, can save up to 100, 300 animals. Depends on how much animal products they consume. But they definitely, even if it's one animal who you're sparing the idea of exploitation, abuse, and slaughter, it's still one life. For you, it's something that you might even forget about, right? If I ask you what you ate two weeks ago or 1 month ago, it's gone. It's gone. Wasn't that important. It's kind of trivial in that sense. I agree that food matters, but for us, the food source doesn't matter, right? It doesn't have to be an animal product. It just has to be tasty, and we can get tasty plenty from plant-based products.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
Maybe.
Can I give you a card to look into it? Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate your honesty, and it seems like it would be easy for you to go vegan. Don't allow yourself to, you know.
I have a lot of cousins that go, and I understand it, but for me, a lot of things right now are in my mind, and they're going first.
But you don't
before
have to.
animals.
You don't have to sit here with a camera like I do and fight for them, right? All you have to do
No,
is
I agree,
make the
but
choice,
it's just,
the right
in your
choice.
mind, when you have a lot of things, I have a lot of things that I'm thinking about every day that I want to change in the world.
But you're
then,
still choosing, huh? When you eat, for example.
Yes, I agree, but it's just, it's not always like. I mean, my mind is always working in this kind of stuff, and like, it's not always easy to have like all the considerations of all the abuse that you're doing to human, animals, planet, whatever, like hold the thing in your mind all the time. It's not easy.
But I would argue that if you want, I can make a case that actually being plant-based or being vegan, actually being vegan is the absolute best for society, for the environment,
I agree,
and the animals,
but
everybody.
still,
So
like-
it's. I understand that your priority could be other things, but if everybody were to be vegan, I believe that the world will be in a much better state. Because if we were to respect animals in a sense that we say they don't deserve to be exploited or slaughtered for us, obviously we would respect humans also, huh?
No, I disagree with that.
Not
Yes,
entirely. For me, I work with I design products and food products.
Yeah.
And eating today a vegan beef patty in versus a real beef patty is more bad for your body than.
No, it depends. So I'm studying to be a certified nutritionist. It
Yeah.
obviously depends. Like you can't argue. Like you can't say that all plant-based versions of a burger, for example, as you mentioned, are bad, because yes, some of them are bad, but some of them are obviously good for you. Like they're made of beans, soy, and some parts. They might be monumentally better than all of it. But it's not about what's good
it's
for
not
us.
the fake meat, because you're talking about the fake meats, but for me, for example,
I am.
sometimes I bought stuff. It's not fake meat. It doesn't have the taste of meat, but it's just like.
So to mimic the mouthfeel of what you would have to make what people are used
Yeah,
to.
but I don't think vegan people should eat that.
This is what I'm saying, but
No,
who's driving the market? Who's driving?
So let's put it this way: you can be vegan in any way you want, right? You can be vegan in any way you want. You can be vegan and eat those products. You can be vegan and not eat those products. Being vegan just means we don't want animals to be exploited and slaughtered for us. It's much like a feminism. Feminism means equal rights and opportunities for women. It's a women's rights movement. I'm a feminist myself. Hell yeah, love it. And being vegan means we respect the rights of animals, the right to body autonomy, which is such a simple right. We would argue every animal should have the right to decide what they want for their body. It's as simple as that, right? But yet we decide for them everything, and we think they belong to us. We think they're made for us. Whether you want to eat soy, tofu, beans, lentils, whatever it is that you want to eat, you can choose. There's so many options. You can be healthy, you can be not healthy, you can be thriving, you can be not thriving, but you can do all that regardless whether you're eating animals or not. It's just a matter of not exploiting animals. See what I mean? Yeah. It's an animal rights movement.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So at the end of the day, you gotta ask yourself, because you say you consume it sometimes, it's like it's not fair what we do to them, because we can choose otherwise. So you gotta ask yourself, do I want to be part of the injustice or part of the justice? And even if you do it once a year, you're still part of the injustice, you know? Like if somebody beats their wife once a year, they're still beating their wife once a year. They're still a wife beater, right? Well, if they stop, they're no longer a wife beater. But if they do it once a year, they're still that person, right? So it's the same with animal products. If you do it accidentally, it's a different thing. But like if you do it intentionally, then that means you're supporting that. So yeah. Can I give you a card?
Yeah, sure.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the conversation. I appreciate you talking to me. I would say challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes every day to help you go vegan. That's something useful.
That's nice.
But maybe you have it. If there's something that would be cool for you to watch, I would say scan this code. Yeah. And
Do you have civil one? Should I keep it or should I
no,
give
keep
it back?
keep it. I have enough of them. There's a thing there called the most important speech you'll ever hear. Maybe you have to set it to English. I don't know in which language. Are you French or? Yeah, I heard a little bit of the accent. Love it. So maybe I don't know if it will appear if it's
It's fine.
for
English
French.
is fine too.
Yeah, it's the most important speech you'll ever hear. It's a really nice speech. It's kind of like how we discuss right now.
Okay.
It's a guy holding a speech at the university. It's really nice speech, and it's a good watch. If not for anything, you learn about eggs, about dairy, all that stuff. And if you choose that you don't want to be part of it, you have plenty of resources there to help you.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate having this conversation with me. I appreciate having this conversation with me. Let's do better, okay? Let's do better. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. I'm back. No more sunglasses. There's no humane way to kill an animal. We must teach children what empathy means. I completely agree, Mark. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Grace says you're on fire today. Really? It was a good conversation. There were a couple of good conversations today. You agree? You agree? I think I only have it in me for one more conversation, by the way. I got really tired. I'm sorry that you couldn't see the people. I'm trying to get more conversations. I think, yeah, sometimes it will just be like this where we hear them. But I don't want some people, especially like I feel like this girl was she said she cares about it. She had this ethical view, but then when she goes out, she said, I don't want to make other people like she felt bad or stuff, which is something to be said because I've heard this a lot, that community and unity matters more to people than anything else. So, you guys agree with this? No? What about cows, chickens, pigs? All animals. So don't buy animal products. Angle camera to the left. Let's see, where you're looking to my left or your left? I guess your left, so like this. Maybe like this, I don't know. Other way, okay. Oh, that's good, you said. Jesus Christ, I'm all over the place. You guys agree with this? Yeah. Should the animal abuse be legal? Yeah. Yes? Including beagles? Yeah, the beagle. And he said especially beagles. Wow. You agree? You guys agree with the statement? Do you agree? It says animal abuse should be legal.
It's legal, that's the pity about it.
Yeah. Do you consume animal products?
Huh?
Do you consume animal products?
I don't eat meat.
But dairy, all of this?
No, I try. I try. But
Do you think there's abuse behind those also?
yes, it's true, but like where we live, we
Can I give you a card to look into it? I see that you're on the run, and I want to give you a card.
Thank
you. Scan this and watch the most important speech you'll ever hear.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
Okay, thank you. I
Very
appreciate
nice.
it. You guys agree with this?
No, it should be illegal.
It should be illegal. Why?
It should be illegal.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It said it should be legal.
But why should it be legal?
Why shouldn't it be legal?
Because it's cool.
What if we get some sort of benefit from it?
What kind of benefit?
I don't know, pleasure?
That's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Why would it?
What if it's normal? It's not weird. Why everybody considers it normal? To be
How should, like, torturing someone bring you pleasure?
I mean, maybe you get, I don't know, some product from it, from abusing animals.
What kind?
I don't know, maybe you get their milk or something.
Oh yeah, yeah, I get it. Oh yeah, so no, I think it shouldn't be legal.
It shouldn't be legal. Okay, so because it's wrong to abuse animals.
Yeah,
Do you consume any animal products?
I do, but like way less than in a few years ago. So like,
Do you acknowledge there's some abuse happening behind animal products?
oh yeah, I know.
So-
But
so-
I'm like,
Can you be against animal abuse while at the same time you support it?
oh, I think it's a process. So I think it should be illegal to do it, but like culturally it's so, was heißt, ja, like präsent und
I don't know. Ich weiß nicht.
it's like everyone does it, so it's
Everybody does
yeah.
it, that's true, yeah. Does that make it right?
No, no, it doesn't.
No,
It doesn't.
yeah. So what is keeping you from living a vegan lifestyle where you don't abuse any animals?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Is there anything keeping you?
No.
How
Like-
many?
I think many people think it's harder to live vegan, but actually it isn't. Like many of my friends are vegan.
Yeah.
So I see that it isn't harder. I don't know. It's like, I really don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So how many more animals do you want to be exploited or abused for you?
Not many.
Not many. So it's more than 0. How many do you want, I ask? How many are there gonna?
I don't know.
You
I
don't
really
know?
don't know.
Do you want some animals to be exploited or abused for you?
No, I don't want to.
No. So you want 0 then?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only way to do that is to go vegan, huh?
You're right. You're
Yeah, yeah.
actually right.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Can I give you a flyer or a pamphlet? You guys are
Sure.
German, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Give me one second. My phone is all the way over there. Here you go. 2 flyers. They're in German. That's why I asked if they're German.
Thank you.
I don't speak German. Somebody made them for me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It seems to me like it would be easy for you to go vegan, so don't sleep on it. You have resources there. There's a thing
Yeah.
called Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes every day. All of it free to help you go vegan.
Thank you.
Okay? And it says 98% people are animal abusers. Doesn't mean you have to be, okay?
Thank you.
You can choose otherwise. Okay? Thank you. Have a good one. Yeah, the image is frozen. Sorry, everybody. The battery is going again, and I'm also tired. So, yeah. Sorry, everybody. Thank you for being here. I think I'm gonna call it. I'm done. Thank you so much for everybody donating. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It means something to me. I don't know. If you want to try it. If you're like it, subscribe, all that beautiful thing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I hope you're having an awesome day. I hope you have a great vegan day going forward. And let's not oppress animals anymore. If you're vegan, go out there, speak up for animals. Whatever it is, drop a comment, do everything. If you're not vegan, what are you doing? Be vegan. You don't want to be abusing, oppressing, or exploiting animals. You can do better. Come on, what's all this? What, are you weak or something that you can't be vegan? Is that what's wrong? I'm sorry, just kidding. Just choose otherwise and go to Challenge 22. They hook you up with everything you need. So, yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate all the donations. Have an awesome day. That's it. I'll see you in the next one, or Monday, Tuesday. I don't know when I'll release the next video, and maybe I might do a couple more live streams soon. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, everybody. And yeah, subscribe if you're not subscribed, okay? You want to get more nice content like this. When is the next outreach, Mr. Max? Tomorrow it will be my next outreach, but I'm not sure if I'll stream it yet. If people are tuning in, I might stream it also tomorrow. Why not? It would be nice. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to do an outreach. So thank you so much. Maybe I'll stream it tomorrow. Yeah, maybe, why not? Have an awesome day, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Bye-bye.